All right. Probably not tokens. We probably just want these two, right? I don't want to miss any of the scene boxes either. Tail submitter. Is this going to be it? I think so. Are the scene boxes in here? We'll see. All right. I think that's it. I don't think that'll be tokens, so we're good there. Oh, hello, Sean. How's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. We're on YouTube. All right. Probably blow this up here. So I haven't seen any of this. I've seen some cards pulled here and there, and I did open like a pack, 2 packs. So I'm fairly new. What's in the box? What's in the box, Solid Snake? I'm fairly, I don't know what's in the set. And so we're just going to be going through the set, taking a look at some of these cards, seeing if anything fits into my decks, which I've got my Mox Field up right here. And we'll just put them into considering, and that'll give us an idea on what we want to order from CardSphere. I think I'll just do, I think I'm going to do descending by price. I feel like when you descend by price in a game like Magic, the things that go at the top are usually the most useful. So we'll kind of go through the most useful to like less cost, least useful stuff. So, well, can't even read some of these. So we'll take a look here. Oh, Mox Amber. That makes sense. The Reaver Cleaver. Oh, you know what I should do before I forget? We'll go back to the Scryfall here. I should put criteria reprint. No, because we only want to see the new stuff. There we go. That makes way more sense. There's a lot of cool stuff from the Hobbit sets. The best one, the book covers. Yeah, I know the book covers are sort of like the chase, the chase versions, but I'm not sure. Oh, I know that one white one is like the hugest one, right? It's like $450 for that gleaming splendor. That's the little knowledge I have of this. But all right, we're gonna pop in here. Yeah, this isn't gonna do it by version. It's just gonna do it by like just the most expensive cards from the set, kind of in their base form. So we're gonna take a look. Thranduil. Got it. The strategist. Let's see. Should I make this a little bit bigger? Elf stuff. So other elves you control, tap, landfall, garbage. This Gleaming Splendor I want to put in like every deck, which sucks because it's also like $40. People are saying it's the new Smothering Tithe. I don't think it's as, I don't know, powerful, but I love the ability, and generally white's my favorite color. And so generally I love white cards that allow you to give other people cards. I love the political aspect of allowing other people to draw, and sort of the way it helps commander games in general. Just, you know, if somebody's falling behind, can't get the land card, can't get on the board, it's nice to be able to kind of pull them up to the level of everybody else through your cards, and maybe even get a little bit for it. So pulled the Gleaming Splendor book. Or God, see, that's insane, because that's, I know the surge foil is like 400. I assume the regular foil is probably like 100 or something like that. But, or we, you know, I think we can see here. Let's see. So this is the, oh, did this drop? Because this is only saying 183. Again, I haven't really checked on the set and the prices yet. No, it's still 450. Weird. I don't know where Scryfall's getting its pricing from right now. All right. Gleaming Splendor. We want like a billion of them. It's just that good. Probably not Probably, weirdly, not in my mono white. This is a very creature-heavy deck, so as cool as that is, and it's not really political. Socrates me with some Pillow Talk. This is my Azurius Pillow Fort. 100% wanted to... So basically what we'll do is cards that we think we want for the deck, we'll just drop them in the deck and then move them to considering. That helps me kind of then go on card sphere, and then in my my offers is where I put like, basically I'll put like Gleaming Splendor, and then we'll do, oh my god, it's so expensive. Near mint, near mint, slightly played, I don't really care about that. Probably want to pay 85% for that card, and I know I want a few of them, so I'm gonna add to wish list. So now, if anybody is happy to give away their Gleaming Splendor for 85% of its market value on like cards like TCG Player or something like that, just send it to me. As long as I have funds in the account, which I think I might have to re-upload. I have non-Hobbit question. Is Innistrad Remastered or Innistrad Crimson Vow better for vampires? Crimson Vow is better for vampires. The Crimson sort of... I think the Crimson Vow was lore-wise, and I might be getting this wrong, but I think Edgar Markov made a pact with a demon to make vampires, him and his family or something like that, and that was Crimson Vow. Or no, maybe the Crimson Vow was... Olivia Valderan's like, and his like vows for their marriage. That makes sense. Hey, Wazzle, did you go to pre-release? I didn't go to pre-release. No, I didn't. Wasn't able to make it out. I wanted to. There's a hobby shop near me that's also an axe throwing place, and I've been wanting to do a video on them, and they invited me out to the pre-release, but I just didn't. I don't know. I think I was busy or bored or both. Went straight into my Bumbleflower. Of course it would. Frickin' Nathan. Bumbleflower. What's going on, Lunchboxing? Okay, so right now we are trying to figure out what decks Gleaming Splendor wants to go in. Definitely going into Socrates me with some Pillow Talk. Definitely goes into Ink the Deal. This is like my very political deck. This is all about them. I mean, this deck runs every single thing that Gleaming Splendor is, basically. This is all the card draw I have that allows me and somebody else to draw cards. Smuggler's Share is basically kind of what the Gleaming Splendor is. So, yeah, we love this. If I ever even just get one copy of this, this is the deck it goes in. Other decks, let's see. So this is my Lord of the Rings deck. This deck, it's my Treebeard Gracious Host, but the whole deck has no reference to anything outside of Lord of the Rings. Basically, there's no Phyrexians, there's no creature types that you wouldn't be able to find in the Middle Earth. This is a very specifically Lord of the Rings deck. You get the party tree in there. So this is the one. Like this set is, I haven't been able to upgrade this set or this deck at all because usually all these other sets don't really mention anything from Lord of the Rings. But now we actually have another Tolkien set, so we got to keep our eye open for this. Although I did love this sapling nursery that we got from Lorwyn. That was just too good. So, but I don't think it wants. I just don't think I'm going to get that many copies of Gleaming Splendor, and it's not like really synergistic with that deck. So I'll keep it out for now. What's going on, Grim Tutor? One of the more fairer tutors. One for the money, two for the show is Infect Esper. Probably doesn't want to go in there. Oops All Chandras. Probably not. Snack Attack. No, that's my Bernard Ginger Sculptor. Definitely Viva New Vegas. Mr. House, President and CEO. I really hope they don't turn this into a game changer. I don't play game changers, so I can't imagine they would. Yeah, but this deck is all about treasures. It's kind of a secret dragon deck, so we definitely want to put it in this deck. All right. I think for the most part, any deck with white that forces cards, like, yeah, 100%. It really is just, it's very good. I don't think it's $40 good. And hopefully it comes down at some point, but it's very fun, very good. If you're looking to take game changers out of your decks, like get rid of them, like swap this out with a Smothering Tide. That feels like a much more fair Smothering Tide with some more fun use cases than just asking, do you pay the two? Today's my 111th birthday. This is my Bilbo Baggins deck, but this is a creature heavy deck, so probably doesn't want the enchantment. The Stuffiest Doll, no. I think that's about it. The only, I mean, yeah. Okay. Genocide. Okay, I think we're good. God, we haven't even got into the rest of the set yet. Okay. Card 2 already went in 3 sets. Smaug the Magnificent. I remember seeing this spoiled at Magicon Vegas and thought that it at least wants to go in one of my decks. Let's read it. Flying Haste 4/3. Whenever Smaug attacks, deals damage equal to the number of treasures you control to any target at the beginning of your upkeep. Create a treasure. I don't know. It very treasure heavy premises. Check out Bard King of Dale. Okay, Bard King of Dale. I opened 2 collector's packs. That's it, and I had to buy them, and they were so expensive and not worth it. But I ended up pulling a foil Bard King of Dale, which went right into my my Bant tokens deck. This deck's wild. I vowed in Bant to play every token doubler I can. You'll see them right here, dude. The draw next year, if you would draw, create that many tokens is insane. But yeah, I mean, I have them all in here, doubling season, anointed procession, parallel lives. I think the one I don't have is the one that says like whenever a token, not whenever a token you control. So it's the one I don't play, the Ajax and Nev. But yeah, this deck goes so hard with that, with this ability. Okay. What's your favorite card from the set? Oh, the Bard? Oh, good call. It's good. It's very good. Okay, I've never played Commanders, so is this the new Hobbit set good format to pick up Commander? Yes and no. The only reason I say no is because I don't think the Commander precons from this set come out until next year for some reason. I believe I read that somewhere. I think the Commander cards come in the collector boosters, but the decks don't come out. So with that, yes, it's probably a great precon to pick up when they come out, because they haven't come out yet. With that said, what was the last set was Strixhaven had some amazing commander decks to pick up. I would recommend. I think the Lore Hold was like really good. What's my favorite breakfast cereal? Oh my god, this is gonna be a long stream. We haven't even got to like three cards. Breakfast cereal. I feel like I was just talking about this with my wife. Oh, Fruity Pebbles. Love Fruity Pebbles. I don't know, like such a distinct flavor in my mind. Okay, Smaug Magnificent. 4 for a 4/3 flying dragon. Makes treasure on your upkeep and then deals damage. So the only deck I was thinking about Smaug for was my Mr. House deck. In general, it just has a lot of treasure synergy because the Mr. House is making tons of treasures. You're running all the big scores and sees the spoils in this. I mean, a lot of treasure synergy. And then on top of that, it's actually got a weird dragon synergy. How much dragon? Runs 6 dragons. Runs all the Commander, what was this? Baldur's Gate dragons that where you roll a d20 and make that many of treasures or tokens. Goldspan Dragon, of course, is fantastic in here. Magda tends to allow me to cheat out dragons, so I will put Smaug in here. I don't think I'll chase Smaug, but if I end up somehow with a Smaug from a pack or from a trade or from a friend, I think it would find a place in here. All right, another Smaug. Smaug the Impenetrable. These are the problems, because I think this is a scene box Smaug. these are the problems with the scene box, because it's usually a huge, like painting or portrait that somebody did. But then they have to like cut it into cards, and you kind of start to lose the detail in the picture. That's why, because this art doesn't look rendered, because it's a zoom in on a bigger page. I don't know what I'm talking. Don't listen to me. 7 for an 8/7 flying indestructible haste whenever is dealt non-combat. Create that many. Probably a cool commander to build around, but 7 for an 8/7. I mean, indestructible is freaking cool. Cool card, but I don't think it goes in a deck. Chief of the Wilds. I think I'd seen this pulled or talked about and didn't know why it was so expensive. Was it $31? Oh, you know why these cards are expensive right now? I'm just realizing. Because they're from the commander decks, and the commander decks aren't out yet. So the only way to pull these cards are from the collectors. Sorry, I don't think they're making precons. I think there's another co-op thing. I don't know if they're doing a co-op. I do know that they're making commander decks. For some reason they're not coming out. If Elmo plays commander, what deck would he run? God, I want to say Group Hug. Right? Because it's Elmo. But then it's like, does every Sesame Street character play Group Hug? God, what a boring game that would be. What's that one goblin that throws the rocks? Because isn't like Elmo have a thing with like a rock? Like he hates like a rock or something like that. He would play this deck right here. Togo. That's his name. This is Elmo. Togo makes rocks, and then he throws rocks at people. I think that's an Elmo card, and it's red, like Elmo. Oh, I love the Secrets of Strixhaven. That would be fun. Yes, dude. And that red-white deck is, like the precon, untouched, like trampled over like me and like 3 other people in a game. It was insane. The small cards do look really dang strong cards. Honestly, might be pretty good stuff. Modern. Oh, maybe. I'm so lost on Modern. I don't know what's even being played. These bombs are great and all, but the Princess Hobbit exclusively for me. Wait, hold on. And all, but they printed Hobbit Hole. Oh, see, I haven't gotten to Hobbit Hole. I'm so, like, I've seen some of the cards that have been spoiled and tossed around, but I really don't know a lot of the set yet. Okay. So Chief of the Wilds, Menace 4/4. Whenever another wolf. Okay, so it's a wolf commander. That's not for us. Thorin, Company's Leader. I've seen that this book cover is extremely expensive. 5 for a 4/5. Whenever a dwarf you control deals combat damage to a player. Okay, so the dwarf commander, Dane. Is it Dane? I'm gonna say Dane of the Ancient Halls. Vision's Haste. This looks like another dwarf commander, right? Yep. Okay, this is another one, like I said, from 2 packs. I pulled a Queen of Dale. Is she still like... I pulled this one right here. Oh, it's up to $26. This card absolutely rolls. So it's a 2 cost for a 2/1. So a good white weenie card. Whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell each turn, I recruit. And then recruit is draw, discard a card. If you discard a non-creature, or I'm sorry, a non-land, you make a person. This is such a fantastic card for quite a few of my decks. I think the one I pulled went in Leonardo Leads. This is my 8-cost 5/5 double strike Leonardo that gets a little cheaper with each creature you have. So it's white weenies, Voltron, but the whole point of the deck is I run every Sword of, so Sword of Forge Frontier, Sword of Fire and Ice, and if I can get 2 swords on Leonardo, I feel like I won the game, just because it's the flavor. It's the flavor win for sure. But the Queen of Dale goes so hard in here. Where's she at? Oh, no, I already put her in her. That's right. The Queen of Dale goes so hard in here because it's a cheap creature that usually triggers all the card draw off playing cheap creatures. And then it makes creature. You're usually making 1 or 2 creatures around, like if it goes one time around the board, which makes Leonardo just like super cheap and easy to cast on like turn like 3 or 4. Speaking of Sesame Street, I've been making a custom Muppet set. Ooh, oh my God. I doubt they do a Muppet set, but I bet they do a Muppet Secret Lair, and I would be all over it. I mean, of course I would. I'm literally just puppet content. Okay. Queen of Dale. Where do we want? We wanted another White Weenies deck. Oh, that's right. Okay. She wants to go in Bilbo. Bilbo Birthday Celebrant. Basically, if you get to 111 life, you can tap 5, tap Bilbo, and then get every creature from your deck onto the battlefield. The way I ended up running this deck is just like, these are all the creatures that gain life when like a creature comes into play under your control or somebody else's. So we just want like 3 or 4 of those out, and then do some sort of like X spell to get like a bunch of guys. But the Queen of Dale, if that was out and I had like 2 of these like life gainers, there's a chance I'm gaining like 6 to 8 life every go around the board. So the only other thing I could think of for the Queen of Dale would be the draw discard. If you want some way to fill up your graveyard in white, but I don't think I have anything that does that. No. All right. Would you believe it? We're 8 cards in. We did it. That's something that really drew me your channel, actually. Puppets. It was a week because like I've watched so much content and seen so many people do the, like talking to themselves across the board, like the table. So like it would just maybe change angles, and maybe they'd put a hat on different, or change their shirt. And it's fine. It works for them, but I really wanted to spice that type of content up, which I've always loved doing voices. I wanted to be a voice actor, and it somehow naturally just fit that it would be me playing against puppets, and the puppets would have their own characteristics and stuff like that. So it was a weirdly good fit for Magic too, I think. Give me that Wazzlebug Secret Lair. Oh my god, dude! Oh, I would love it. You know what I want more than anything is a custom puppet. I'm not really making a lot of money off of any of my content, if any. But I think once I do, the custom puppet's definitely going to be my like first purchase for the channel. All right. I pulled a Great Goblin. Wait, did I? No, there's another Goblin King or something like that. Whenever the Great Goblin enters, mass goblins. I wish it was just in red. I have a mono red goblin deck that would go hard in, but we're making all the good goblins green or red and black now. All right, Bilbo. I think I've heard this guy's really good. Thief of the Night, 2 for a 2/2. Spells you cast from anywhere other than your hand cost 1. Oh, it is good. Whenever Bilbo attacks, you may cast an artifact, instant, sorcery spell, graveyard. Holy crap! Yes. Okay. Very specifically, this goes in one deck. This is repeat after me. This is the 12th Doctor and Susan Foreman. Susan Foreman just to have green in the deck, but the 12th Doctor wants you to cast spells from anywhere other than your hand, so you can demonstrate them. Demonstrating is you copy the spell, but then you also give a copy of the spell to an opponent. This is my extra turns deck. This is, by extra turns, I mean, not for me. I hate extra turns, and in every deck I do not play them, except for this one, because the whole point is you're giving an extra turn to your opponent, but they lose at the end of the extra turn. So here's Final Fortune. Basically, I would put a Final Fortune on the stack for myself, a Final Fortune on the stack for myself copied, and then copy a Final Fortune for an opponent. The opponent's resolves first, and so they're going to take an extra turn after this one, but they lose in their end step. And then I find ways to remove the two copies from my stack via counter spells, or I like just ending the turn does it sometimes. This guy's insane. Niv Magus, you just exile instant and sorceries from the stack, which is like one of the only spells I know that does this. So you can just, for free, remove the 2, and then pass turn. Usually you're going to get attacked, so you like to fog to make sure you don't get killed. But this needs to be able to cast instant sorceries from anywhere other than my hand. The graveyard's a great place. But it also makes it cheaper, which is so good. So it's Bilbo, Thief in the Night. I'm just realizing I think I'm streaming on 3 different platforms, but I'm only getting notifications from one. Am I live on Instagram? How do I know if how do I even check? Who knows? Oh well. And then am I on Twitch? Oh my god, are people nobody watches me on Twitch, I don't think. Am I live? No. Channel. Am I live? I am live. No. Holy crap. AirViewerStreamBoo.com. Oh, no. Okay, so yep. It's just bots watching me on Twitch. All right. So we added, we are back to the set here. Gandalf Shadow's Foe. This is another commander card. Set 7 is insane. Vigilance 3/4 Avatar Wizard. Whenever Gandalf enters, exile up to 3 target lands you control, then return them to the battlefield under their owner's control. Okay, so you kind of get some of that mana back. Whenever a land you control, okay, he's got landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, draw a card. Oh, so play Gandalf. So Gandalf, I mean, you have to have 7 mana to cast him, but he essentially only costs, what, 4? Draw 3 cards the second he comes in. You make him a little bit bigger. Yeah. Okay. Man, we really need to cool it with the landfall. That's all I'm going to say. Supper for Spiders. Is that the black card that, like, returns creatures from your opponent's graveyard as food? I feel like I saw those. Or I think I pulled one. From the 2 packs I opened. All right. Orcus Goblin Cleaver. You know where I kind of like Gandalf? I'm still on this Gandalf. It's so expensive, though. Ugh. Okay, whatever. Orcus Goblin Cleaver. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has trample. Fine. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, choose a creature type. Create a treasure. Oh, okay. Okay, that's really good. How much is this going for? 17 bucks? God. All right, so +2/+2 treble, fine. Equip 6 is kind of a bummer, but whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, it is giving it trample. Choose a creature type. I really like it. I mean, it's a nice piece for Kindred decks, but I don't know if I have any Kindred decks that are excited to play it. Fantastic Car was crazy. That was a ban that needed to happen. You know, it's so funny because at face value, you're like, I don't. I mean, being a commander player, at face value, I was just like, I don't get it. Why is this card so crazy? Sorry, I'm fixing this. Only to like see it actually played instead. It'd be like, oh, or what was it? Which one? Standard Legacy? And it just went absolutely insane. What a card. There we go. Look at that. Get my pretty face in there. Okay. Oh, we're looking at this Orcus Cleaver. As far as Kindred decks go, I don't think it... Funny enough, the Cleaver that kills goblins might go hardest in my goblin deck. Right? I am going back here, but I just saw somebody call that new landfall Landolf, and that's very funny. All right. I'm going to put the Orcus Cleaver in the Goblin deck. I keep going back to this. I think it does, because this is another treasure, like, synergy deck, but it doesn't really do, like, I feel like my goblins aren't big enough to usually get through, but I guess it does give +2/+2. Whatever, it goes in. It's like artifact goblins. All right. The Arkenstone. I think this one was being heralded as pretty good, right? Search your library for legendary. Oh, it's a tutor. I don't really play tutors. Man, it's good though, just for this side, huh? At the beginning of your instant draw, and then creatures. So it's like an anthem, a draw engine, and a tutor. Woo! Ooh, that's good. Bard, Hair of Green. This is okay. This is a different bard. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 whenever you attack. Draw a card. Kind of boring. Necklace of. Oh, okay. I think I do want this one. Necklace of Girion. 3 for legendary artifact. When mana rock, so it taps for a green. Whenever you cast a green spell, and whenever a force you control enters, put +1 target creature. I want this for my +1 encounters deck. This guy posted a short of kissing his puppet's feet, and then he thinks he can just stream like nothing happened. What? I don't know what you're talking about. I think you're crazy. Don't search that out. I love how totally inoffensive Hobbit is. Medium power level reference. Yeah. Yeah, it's I feel like nobody's complaining about The Hobbit. Nobody's complaining about Lord of the Rings. Because it's, you know, it fits the aesthetic, and you know, it doesn't feel like it's like kind of driving you away from the spirit of Magic. But Orcus is pretty strong, but you need a deck that does both Kindred and Voltron. I think. Oh, the Chocobo Commander is really good. Also very funny to think about Chocobo with a sword. Banquet card. Do we see that yet? Oh, it's coming up. I see it. Back on Banquet. Okay, this is my +1/+1 commander deck. It's Michelangelo weirdness to 11. He's basically just a hardened scales on a commander, but it's just this mana rock. I mean, being a mana rock, being a basically landfall +1/+1 is so good. It's a Necklace of Girion. You know, it's so funny. I was so hyped on this Aganosaur Rex. I was like, oh my God, 8/8 trample for 5. You could cycle it. If you cycle it, you protect. I put it in like every green deck, and then I don't think I've cast it once or like cycled it once to protect something. I feel like it's always the first to go to like a draw discard effect. Might be an odd take, but a Hobbit along Lord of the Rings, D&D, and Baldur's Gate pretty much feels like a match. I think so. You know, wait, is this right? Because do all Lord of the Rings cards have the circle and not the Universes Beyond triangle on it? Hold on, I want to check this out for myself. I ask because the Universes Beyond usually has the upside down triangle, right? For the so here's an in-universe card. Has the circle stamp on the bottom, and then I thought Universes Beyond has. Oh, did they stop doing that? I guess they stopped doing that because this is here's a Marvel one, and that's got the circular one. So maybe they don't do that anymore. I wonder if I could find a example of it. Oh, see, like here's an Assassin's Creed sort of. That's got the gold Universes Beyond. So maybe they stopped doing that, or the reason I bring that up is because for Baldur's Gate they just do the circle as if to tease like this might be in universe. He hit the deck class case from the iconic Wasp shorts. That's it back there. IKEA. What is it called? A IKEA Flurberg or something like that? Okay, back on track. Dragon's Desire, 4, add 1 red for each artifact your opponents control. Whoa, Dockside's back. I mean, not, but Oh, is it only for standard UB frames? Oh, maybe that's what it is. Is this the UB deck you made for trekking? No, this is this deck was Leonardo Worldly Warrior. Dude, IKEA's weird. I haven't been to an IKEA for a while. All right. Dragon's Desire. Get a lot of mana. 4 artifacts. I don't know. By turn 4, I don't know if that I need a burst of mana like that. I do like that it's opponents, so it's everybody. I can't think of a deck that I'm trying to like burst that much red mana from. Okay, I'll tell you where I actually do like it. I have a deck called No Blues Clues. It is green, red, black, white, so no blue, and then it's all clues themed. So no Blues Clues. Basically, you try to blink Renog here. So anytime Wernog enters or leaves my battlefield, I investigate, and then each opponent may investigate or take a damage. Usually I can get 1 or 2 people that are like, oh, I'll take a clue. And then so like I build up clues very fast. But what I like about this is a Dragon's Desire gives me a crap ton of mana because everybody's taking clues. So everybody should have a decent amount. Then I can use that to pop my clues to like draw burst amount. So that's where this would be good in here. Yes, it is very good. It feels like very good red ramp, but you're going to want to make sure your opponents have like a decent amount of artifacts. Oh, now Dragon's Desire to my new Rakdos Storm deck, but I know my playgroup isn't good enough to... That's what I mean. Like, what if there's 3 artifacts out turn 5? It's like, oh, list sucks. What up? How's it going, Aqua? Sorry, did that deck list say 1,000? Yes. If you ever go on my Mox field, I try to make sure I put the base cost of the deck. Well, I didn't. Of course, I did on this one. But I try to put the base cost of the deck. So, like, if you look at Countabunga here, it's it says 1,100 for the deck, but it's counting all the art treatments. I mean, like this Michelangelo has what 3-4 art treatments. The cheapest one is 280. The one I'm playing is 24. So I try to put it on my well, I mean, this one's still not cheap, but I try to put it in the top. Like if you were to try to get this at base price, you're looking at spend 728. And again, I think this green deck is expensive. It's running Vorinclex. It's running, yeah. I mean the Ozolith from the Lord of the Rings foil. Like it's running expensive cards in general with expensive treatments on top of that. So that's why it kind of inflates the price on some of these. Granted, I feel like most of them, not so much this one, but like land bases inflate the price of most of my decks, like by an insane amount. Like if you look at like any 3-color deck, the land base is playing like the triomes, the fetches, the battle bond lands, the shocks. My play group are pretty new and most don't understand the value of ramps, so not much artifacts. I kind of, you know, it's funny. I kind of love that idea though of like just being like, hey, what if we just don't play ramp and, you know, kind of bring the game's pace down a little bit. I mean, I don't play Soul Rings, so I'm all for it. I think that's an awesome way to go. Played since 1999 in the I started in 1999. That's funny. Or 2000. It would have been 2000. But yeah. Oh, you just play standard? Oh, dude. But I feel like if you just play standard, standard and kitchen table, I feel like standard gets expensive too because you have to look at the metas of what everybody's playing, and then everybody playing standard buys those cards, and then as long as they're standard legal, those cards are like super expensive. Like there's been some cards that I wanted for Commander that like are like okay, but like I'm really excited for Badger Mole Cup because I feel like I don't own any. I couldn't put any in any decks because they're so freaking expensive for the longest time. And now that they're banned in their formats, I can actually pick one up at cheap price. Okay, did we get it in here? What did we say? We wanted it for no Blues Clues, the Dragon's Horde. Did we get it in here? Can't remember. Yeah, there it is. All right. Bolg, Erebor's Reckoning. 6 for a 6/6 trample. Okay, so that's a Colossal Dreadmaw. At the beginning of each combat, other goblins. Okay, so Kindred, black, red. Not going to work for me. Okay, these two I know I want. Are they still? Are Badger Moles still like insanely expensive? All right. Bilbo Fellow Conspirator, 3 for a 2/3. This is from a scene box, right? So I don't think the scene box is too expensive. If you'd create a food token instead, create a food token and treasure token. Amazing. And then for 6, whenever this artifact enters, create 3 foods. Great. And then tap it for each food. Oh. All right, chat. What deck do you think I want this for? If you answered, you're a dirty Chatterfang player, the answer is yes. I want it for Chatterfang. Both these cards. So good. Get in there, Bebo. Good boy, Bebo. And bring your banquet with you. Oh, it's so good. What I've been doing with my Chatterfang deck recently, because it's built in a bracket too, right? There's no tutors, there's no game changers, but Chatterfang's so strong in the command zone. So what I've been doing is when I play, like if I'm playing in a bracket 2, I'll switch the commander out to one of the other like 4 squirrels. I'm trying to look for like Hazel. I'll switch it to like a Hazel, or like a bracket 3. I'll switch it to a Hazel. And it plays so much slower, but everything still synergizes with itself because of all those Bloomburrow squirrels. The Odd Acorn game I can switch it to. Or what's the other one? Camilla. But yeah, no, these are fantastic for that deck. Gotta run. Love your shorts, bro. Dude, thank you so much, Aqua. Thank you for stopping by. Just cut all your lands for the new cards. Good call. It's always a good call. Just cut the freaking lands. What are we doing here? $38 still for the Badger Mole Cup. Come on, come down. 50 in Europe. Poor Europe, dude. Getting hosed. I feel like when I went to Japan last year, I bought a bunch of cards because at all the like card shops in Japan, and it ended up getting like $5-10 cheaper per card. I feel like that's what you got to like make a trip out here to the US just to get your Magic cards. Look at the top 2 cards of your... Okay, so we're on to Gandalf's Goblin's Bane. Look at the top 2 cards of your library and exile them face down. For as long as they remain exiled, you may play them. Okay. I like that ability for repeat after me. But let's see. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Gandalf gets big and deals 1 damage. Probably not worth it for the body. I like that ability, though. Bard, King of Dale. This is... I'm surprised this isn't more expensive. Like, I know... I guess, you know, it is for 6. But if you look at, like, Anointed Procession, what does Anointed Procession go for? Like, so much more. Like, $30 for the same token, but you're not getting a body. I guess because enchantments are hard to remove. but I feel like this would have been more expensive than just like $10. But very good. Very excited for that. Already put it in a deck, so we don't have to figure out where that goes. Bjorn the Fierce. 5 for a 6/6 trample. Other bears you control have 2/2. Beginning of combat on your turn. So it's just a bear kindred. Put a trample on up to one target creature. It becomes a bear. Then if you control 3 or more bears. I feel like my stream is like super far behind me. So it doesn't have to be Bear Kindred, but it probably makes more sense. Okay, so I need to ask your opinion on poison decks, but not infect decks. Well, I for one think infect decks are fine. So as far as if you're like not using infect and just using poison, more power to you. You're being more creative in that space, which is really cool. But I think you're fine in infect. Wizard Staff. So yeah, are we there yet? It's down here. Okay, we're getting there. Bjorn the Fierce. Cool, whatever. Fateful Discovery. 5. Whenever an artifact you control enters, draw a card. Didn't they just print something like that? Wasn't it like a Mr. Fantastic, but for 4? Am I making that up? Where is it? For 4, 2/4, whenever... Oh, that's tokens. I was thinking about something else. For 5 on an enchantment, whenever an artifact you control enters. I do kind of like it. I have quite a few artifact decks. This is my Donnie and Raph open a drone factory. This makes a lot of artifacts. But I think getting to 5 mana, I want to be doing something else with it. Infect is fine. So is mass land destruction if done right. I think if mass land destruction as a means to end the game, it makes sense. Like I like it in like a planeswalker strategy. If I have like 8 planeswalkers out and I just like torch the board of creatures and lands, and then every turn like I'm just getting like so much more value out of those planeswalkers than as everybody tries desperately to rebuild. I think it's kind of makes sense in that position. If you're doing it and it's just slowing down the game and you yourself are not getting any value out of it, nah. Well, also, what's your thoughts on fog meta? Fog meta. Big fan. Big fan. And I say that with a sarcastic voice. It's, you know, it's with fogs, I love it if it benefits me. It's the funniest thing in the world. If I'm the big swinger and I get fogged, I'm mad. Because you know who plays the fogs in my groups, in my meta? The people that play the fogs are the people that shoot out to an early advantage through crazy like engines or game changers. So now their board's wildly, and massive and scary. And then, you know, the 3 other players have to be like, oh crap, well, like we have to get rid of this one player. We have to band together and kill him and take him out. Those players are now playing fogs to make sure that they can't be taken out like early because they made that crazy, you know, bracket 4 board on turn 3. So that's who's playing fogs in my groups. It's not like the little guy like trying to just stay alive, or like nobody's playing him like when the big guy swings out and tries to kill us, like one person comes up and is the hero in fogs. No. You have a deck with 8 fogs. I have a deck that plays fog and Isochron Scepter. It's not what it wants to do, but when it happens, it's very funny. I did have to stop playing Constant Mists, though. I think I still play it in one deck that isn't like lands matters, but I was playing it in my Graveyard Lands deck. It's not fun when you can recur it. It's fine if like you're losing, very important resources when you do it. But if you're like in a deck that's just recurring your lands and you're like, I don't really care, I'll fog every turn, then it's like kind of a bummer. Sorry, I'm chugging away at my Starbucks here. Okay, what were we actually talking about? Fateful Discovery for 5 artifacts. Draw a card. The only thing I could think about is maybe Snack Attack, because that's making every time a creature dies, I'm making, you know, 1 or more artifact creatures. Because what it got me thinking about was Kindred Discovery, which is basically a 5 mana. When a creature type enters of the chosen creature type, draw a card. When they attack, draw a card. I think I like the added ability of when it attacks, I also draw a card. So I get it off the enter, I get it off the attack. Whereas the Fateful Discovery, I'd only get it off the enter. So I don't think it goes anywhere. No. All right. I gotta get off now. It's very late where I am. Where are you? That's crazy. Chicken Gamer, thank you so much for hanging out. That's awesome. And get some sleep. Dancing from the Dark to Dawn. 5 mana enchantment, green. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put an X plus counters in target creature you control, where X is the spell's mana value. Do I like that? Whenever a land you control enters, create a bear. Okay, so landfall, which I usually just not a huge fan of, but why does it have the bear thing on it? That's so weird. Okay, so plus counters equal to spell's mana value. For 5, I feel like there's a lot cheaper things that are kind of already doing the because I'm thinking about it for my plus encounter deck, but I feel like all my creatures are cheaper than 5, so I'm gonna have casted all my creatures before this comes out. So it's a very good possibility I don't get a lot of value off of the creatures coming down. And as far as the landfall goes, meh. I'll take a pass on that. New Zealand. Holy crap. That's got to be the exact half of the other planet from me. God, I want to visit New Zealand too. It's funny that I had that you came in to watch the Hobbit set review with me. Well, thanks for sticking around. Thank you for watching my stuff. I'm looking over here because that's where I see your message. But yeah, have a great night, man. Or chicken. I guess I don't know your gender, but we do know you're a chicken. Dragon Cursed Halls. Land. Taps for colorless. Until, pay 1, tap it until end of turn. Target creature gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player. Create a treasure token. I mean, it's fine, but I feel like most of my decks that have any type of treasure synergy already have their allotted amount of lands that don't tap for mana for the mana for the deck. So I think it's a nothing burger. Wizard Staff. This deck goes in everything. I think this is one of the cards that I have already started putting in my considering. If it goes in everything, dude. If an ability of a creature would triggers additional time and it attaches to wizards for super cheap. And prowess, even though I feel like the prowess is like the nothing burger on this banquet. Okay, so Drake and Josh. It went in here because Alondra is a wizard, so I'll get 2 Drakes or get double the power and tough. It's so good in here. I need this card like now. Did I add it? I did add it. Okay. It wants to go in any deck where your commander has a good triggered ability, I feel like. And then just double better if it's a wizard. Oh, I think my question was, so in Oops All Chandra, this is my Chandra Planeswalker deck with Leori Spark Touch Hunter. Leori is a 3/3 flying vigilance. Whenever it deals damage to a player, I choose a Planeswalker type, and then Leori doubles that Planeswalker's abilities. My question was with Wizard Staff. If I get Wizard Staff on Leori, attack somebody, deal combat damage, trigger, all my Chandras are now going to trigger twice, but does Wizard Staff then give it 3? So all my wizards would trigger 3 times? Or I'm sorry, all my Chandras would trigger 3 times? I think I had looked it up and that's how it sounded. So that's why it goes in there. Jim, don't mention that card in this chat. Vivi, that little monster. That said, I want a Vivi. I feel like I had a deck for a Vivi. Is it still super expensive? I had a deck that wanted Vivi in it, but I couldn't bring myself to buy it. God, it really is so good, huh? All right. So it would. It triggers an additional time. So oh god, it's so good in there. Could you imagine activating a Chandra's like ult 3 times? Pate. Oh my, we were just talking about Jamal. Thank goodness it's banned in standard, because now maybe I can get one for a commander deck. All right. Wizard Staff, what else do we want to go in? Anything blue, I feel like we need to take a look at it. Oh, does it go in Dr. Throbotnik? Dr. Eggman's ability is at the beginning of your end step, draw a card. Each opponent faces villainous choice. That's a triggered ability. So if Eggman had it, because like I do run a clone package for this deck, because Dr. Eggman's like you draw a card at the end of your turn, and then each player chooses to either discard a card, or you might be able to play like a robot from your hand. You want to play like a big robot. I feel like when it's just Dr. Eggman out, the table does kind of come to the consensus, let's all discard a card so he doesn't get the robot. So I run clones in this deck, because the second it starts asking players, do you want to discard 2 cards or let me play a robot? The consensus on the table kind of changes to, you know what? Let's all just, we can't be discarding 6 cards a turn. Let him have his robots and try to deal with them. So if I can get the triggered ability twice, but it's not cheap. What I like about the clones is it's 4 mana, I'm getting to do the ability twice. For the staff, because he's not a wizard, it would be 5 mana. Probably not worth it in here. Do I have it in the considering? Yeah, I put it in the considering. I mean, there's more decks that want this, and I don't think I'll ever get, I don't know if I'll need 4 or 5 of these decks. Okay, the other funny Wizard Staff doubled in Europe from Sunday. It's only $4. I mean, at least it's cheap, right? Or I shouldn't say cheap. I should say affordable. Was it $6 here? Oh, the other deck it wants to be in is my All Universes Beyond deck. This is, it runs Chief Jim Hopper on 11, but they made 11 a wizard, which I love. And it's all centered around her ability, because her second ability is whenever she attacks, if I have 11 or more cards in hand, I can cast an instant or sorcery before blockers, before damage, for free. And Wizard Staff is great because she draws a card on attack too. So if you get her out turn 4, get Wizard Staff on her, make sure not to ramp out or anything, and then attack with her, you're drawing so many more cards and you're getting double triggers, and you can just play one of these absolute bombs. These are like the crazy spell. Dude, Fevered Suspicion is insane. Taunt the Ramparts. Getting those for free early on, or even oh god, look at these, getting a Ruinous Ultimatum on turn 5, and then also being able to play into a Fevered Suspicion gives you such a powerful lead early on. So yeah, I did put the Wizard Staff into here. This is probably where it would go first if I get one. Don't. Oh my god, Echo. Staff on Nekazar? Is Nekazar a wizard? I broke TCG player. Okay. We'll keep going. Bilbo, Unexpected Adventure. For 4, he's a 2/2. Can't be blocked by big boys. Deals combat damage to a player or battle. That's weird. Put up to 1 target non-land permanent card with mana value. Oh, so he sort of just recurs. He's like a bad Sun Titan. A baby Sun Titan. Baby Titan. All right. Elrond Moonraider. For 3, you get a 3/3. Whenever you activate an ability of a creature, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. I feel like that's... Activated ability of a creature. I mean, just a mana dork gets that for you. Exile to one target non-land permanent you control. Return those cards to the battlefield in their control. Oh, and then he has a really expensive blink. Okay. Elrond seems really good, right? Next art is a wizard. Oh, God. Pate says, last time I went to Moxfield to pass my old commander deck because Secret Lair, most cards were weird shit like Battle Bus. Oh, you're just like, yeah, it's here. Magic has fully embraced the Fortnitification. For better or for worse, I feel like that's probably a debate. I feel like it has been a debate for a while now. As far as I'm concerned, not bothered by it. Okay, Elrond. Whenever activated ability, draw a card. So you're probably going to want at least an activated ability on your commander to make this make sense. Is it good in Socrates, me? Socrates has a tap activated ability, but I don't think I'm doing it enough to warrant the Elrond. And I feel like you want the Elrond in blink strategies, right? Exile up to 2 target non-land permanents you control, return those to the battlefield in your end step. Yeah, you're wanting that with some sort of blue blink commander. I don't think I run anything like that. Just looking here. Nope, I don't think that makes any sense for me. It's a cool card, but I don't have a lot of blink strategies or flicker. Shieldred of the Apocalypse. So everybody's taking 4 for every card draw they have. God. Unless, is that a static ability or is it a trigger? Whenever an opponent draws a card, deal 2 damage to him. Is that what it says? Hey, yo, TCG player. Get your crap together. Oh, God, it is a whenever. Oh, my God. So you're gaining 4, they're losing 4? I mean, you're not running it in the commander, but I mean, it would be funny to run it in the 99 of like a Dimir deck. All right. Moving on. We're at Insight Information. 2 black and X for a sorcery. Exile top X cards of target opponent's library. You may play those cards this turn. If you cast a spell this way, pay life. Oh, I feel like that's good, right? I mean, it feels terrible on a whiff. Yeah, maybe it's not that great. I don't have any black theft decks that would want that. I think most Niv Mizzets have like an activated and then a triggered ability, right? I feel like it would. All right, Thorin Mountain King, 4 for a 3/4. This should be another dwarf thing. Whenever, oh, it's a Voltron-y thing. Attach any number of target equipments you control to target creature you control. Yeah. I don't have any. I just, my quote unquote Voltron deck or equipment deck is only white. So Thorin, King of Durin's Folk, 5 for 4/4. Another dwarf synergy. I did pull a Bilbo's Gambit. Basically, gift a treasure, cast it, return target spell to its owner's hand. Oh yeah, it's a silence effect. That's right. So you can sort of counterspell and then silence for the turn. I mean, that's grueling, but I feel like that's played in much sweatier games than I'm playing in. Is there a lot of equipment in this deck? Maybe I just haven't seen Dakar. Golem Riddlemaster, 2 for a 3/1, enters, choose odd or even. Whenever the opponent casts a spell, chosen quality, either make him. Oh, choose one that hasn't been chosen. So this is only going to trigger 3 times. You're going to make him a little bit bigger. People are going to lose a lot of life, or you're going to draw a card. Meh. What are the names of my puppets? The purple one is Spike. The green one is Timmy, and the blue one is Johnny. And there is an orange one we call Vori, or Vorthos is his longer name. But yeah, they're named off of the Magic the Gathering player archetypes. Greetings from Switzerland. I will play your Xenosia Galvus deck. Oh, you made the Xenosia Galvus deck? It's it's really bad. But it's so fun. It really does, because it's big ramp, right? So like the whole thing you're doing for the first, I'd say 4 or 5 turns is like taking your licks. You're getting punched in the face as you're like ramping out. Just like, this is turn 4. I'm just still ramping out here. Turn 5, I'll probably ramp out. You could play your commander early, but it's probably going to get killed. So I like to make sure that like we can get in there. So we'll make some relics. So what is this? Turn 5, we literally haven't played anything but ramp, but now we're like sitting pretty. It's like right around here is when you come out of the gate with your boy. People, you know what's funny? It has a board wipe on them, right? It gives -2/-2 to all creatures. People do not play around it. They don't even pay attention to it. So by the time like you play it, people will have spent the whole first part of the game playing their little guys, which immediately all get sniped. So yeah, turn 6 here. We got Xenos out. We don't really have any way of protecting him right now, so we usually probably just pass. We definitely don't want to turn him into the dragon right away, because we like. Right now, people are like, oh, crap, he's out, but at least he's not the dragon. You keep something alive, probably somebody's commander. Goes to your turn. Ooh, I like this. Still ramping out. It's the big way to do it. All right, so now he doesn't have summoning sickness. Pay 2. Pop the creature. Flip Xenos. Pay 6. Sword Markov. They're at now whoever. Nobody should have a ton of creatures, but the player that you're going after might still have a couple. We literally still have removal in hand. We have 2 removal spells in hand, so that if they have any blockers, they're gone. They're at 10 life. Now they're at 2 life. And if any other damage goes to them, you win the game. That's turn 7. And that's whole deck. I think there's 3 creatures in it. There's 8 creatures, but still. Good luck. I hope you have fun. Lean into the best advice I can give that deck. Lean into being mean. Be like cartoonishly villainous. It's very fun. I love them puppets. Me too, man. It's so weird because like whenever I'm like scripting for a video, I'm like I usually am sitting down and doing lines back and forth between like the voices, which like my wife's always been like, I wish I could record you whenever you're like doing that, because it's just me doing like 3 or 4 voices at a time. Very nice, easy bracket too. It's very fun. When it works, it works. But and the second you like sort of start picking on one player, and because the deck literally says like you're gonna win if they die, the other two players have to do this really funny like get down Mr. President game where like two players are like protecting one player and you're just trying to get through to that one player. It's funny. All right, Feely and Keely Joyous. 3 for a 3/3 haste. Tap, add 2 red. Spend this mana, only cast dwarf, equipment, or saga. Kind of, I mean, at least that's sort of useful and non-dwarf. Like, it's fine for the equipment ability. I recently made a Legacy Miku deck, which is fun. Oh, man, Legacy is like that's how I started, was 60-card Legacy decks. But I feel like with all the product, and this is 2004, 2005, but I feel like with all the product coming out since, it's like, I feel like it's probably just super fast one-turn games, right? Not a big fan of the bracket system. I mean, to each their own. I think the bracket system has done a really good job of helping people find out where they like sit in games that they have fun in. It does. I mean, when it comes down to like sitting down at a table with 3 other players you've never met, there is still a lot of room for like people to not understand what everybody's looking to play, even with the bracket system. But at least it's somewhere to start. Smog Wicked Worm. 5 for a flying 5/5. When it enters, create X tab treasure tokens where X is the number of artifacts an opponents control. I think I pulled this one. Whenever you cast a spell, if mana from a treasure is spent to cast it, you draw a card and lose life. That's, yeah. Oh, I did. You know what? I did pull it, and I did already put it in the deck that wants it. Right there. It's card draw. It's treasure synergy. It's big dragon. It's perfect for Mr. House. I have that in my proxy dwarf roaming throne deck. Wait, is the roaming throne the like rule 0 commander? One of my friends got a wizard set for Kellen the Kid, and it's very scary. Ooh. When putting the deck into Moxfield, it says it's worth 5,100. My jaw just dropped. Secret layer cards are expensive, dude. Secret cards, you know, it's like I have a goblin deck that I've like the old Wizard of Barge goblins, like these guys, and like, you know, I picked this secret layer up for whatever, $30, $40, $50, whatever. They're like the Muxus alone, $154. What, like, it's crazy to me. Our group likes playing mid power to high power, so we're mostly sitting on bracket 3. Unfortunately, the gap between low power bracket 3 and high power, what happened to bracket 3 is basically what happened to the old like power ranking, like when everybody just said, oh, it's a 7. That's just now, oh, it's a bracket 3. Which you're just not going to be able to kind of get around that, I think. Okay. Back into it. Gandalf party guests. We've got Chess Guy and 1 for a 3/4. Being a combat on your turn, you may cast an instant or sorcery mana value X or less from your hand without paying its mana cost, where X is twice the number of legendary wizards. So wizard commander, that's cool. My precious, pay 2, sack a creature, draw 2 card, fine. Equipped creature has hexproof and can't be blocked. Wow. Basically anything you're already playing this like sack a creature, draw card effect in, this also goes really hard. There's one deck in particular I can think that I might want to play that in. No, oh, Beefer is. Beefer? Bilfer? This is Bladewing Deathless Tyrant. It's my Rakdos zombie deck, sack deck. It's like you're trying to put as many creatures in the graveyard before Bladewing drops, so you get a bunch of 2/2s, because whenever Blade Wing deals combat damage, you make a 2/2 menace zombie for each creature in the graveyard. So it's incredibly creature heavy. I mean, we're running 40 creatures. But I do run some of these effects, and I wanted to see. Like, I run a Deadly Dispute in here, right? So that's pay 2, sack a creature or artifact, and then draw 2, make a treasure. The treasure is super important there. It's putting the creature into the graveyard. I'm drawing cards, but also getting a little bit of ramp, because Blade Wing costs like 7. Trying to think. Faithless Looting in this deck is really good for the discard too, and you can play it turn 1. I play this in Invasion of Mercadia. It's a battle for 2. You discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards, and it flips into a guy that also taps for 3, discard a card. Make 2 guys. I'm starting to think... If I get one of these precious, I'd rather have that than this Invasion of Mercadia, just to make the Blade Wing unblockable. And hexproof? Oh, it's very good. It's much better than I thought it was. All right. So we will be looking... It's cheap, too. That's nice. $3. I don't know if it goes anywhere else. Although, now that it's... Even if you don't do the thing, it's a 5 mana to play and equip. Can't be blocked. Okay, so this wants to go in anywhere you need combat damage, kind of. But it also has to be a black deck, so... Also, I think Game Changers missed the mark. Farewell being that much of an issue. Yeah, I mean, I think they were just trying to hit those cards that when you are playing, like, kind of more casual and you see it, like, it makes the game go from fun to unfun for some people. I have to assume that that's where they're trying to go for. I think they got pretty close on a lot of those Game Changers, but like I myself played 0 Game Changers, and it feels great. I find most of my games are a lot more fun. There's never a time where one card swings the game in my position. I have to like really, it feels like I have to like kind of work for it. My Precious is better than Whisper Silk. Do I play Whisper Silk in anything? No. You know what it also feels like to me is what's that Fallout equipment that makes, let me see. Do I have it in here? This one, Silver Shroud Costume. 2 mana. Oh, but this equips when it comes into play. And it's a flash, so it's like protection. But it kind of has the same thing. Gets Shroud and can't block. Shroud's kind of tough in this because it's an equipment deck. I'd probably run... Well, no, never mind. My Precious is the black pip on it. All right. I don't think it goes anywhere else. I kind of like it in Shadrix. Being able to give Shadrix hexproof and unblockable is huge. And because Shadrix makes 2/1 Inklings, I would be able to get the draw off of the sacrifice. The deck doesn't really care about getting Shadrix through too much. I'm trying to see if I run any more evasion, but I don't think I do. All right, I wouldn't mind trying it in here. The fact that you can protect Shadrix and then have like a unblockable double strike dragon is pretty good. What color do you think is going to come out the most supported from the Hobbit set? I mean, of course, we aren't all the way through looking through the set, but it feels like there's like the Red Dwarf support feels pretty powerful. I'm not even dwarfs. Like even smog. You're getting big treasure dragons. You're getting a bunch of like Boros and red dwarves that I feel like are super powerful. You get a little bit more food synergy again. So I feel like the colors that want that, like green and white, are getting a little bit more support. I mean, we also should be talking about elves. I mean, not even like green and blue, but just the elf synergy. We didn't need more of that, in my opinion, as far as the kindred goes. But what are you going to do when you've got elves, hobbits, dwarves, and that's it? All right, where are we? We did smog. We did precious. All right, Belladonna took. 2 for a 2/2. Whenever a token you control enters, you gain 1 life. If this is the first time the ability resolved, if it's the second time you draw a card, if it's the third time, put a +1 on each creature you control. God, okay. So you just want this in white tokens. Weird take. Minsk and Boo, Timeless Heroes pretty much has the making of a game changer for me. When it drops, it literally changes the board state, and if not handled. Let's see. Minsk and Boo, you're going to get when you drop it, you're going to get the hamster. And then usually you're going to put counters on the hamster. None of that in the turn that it comes down feels to me like they're unstoppable, right? If that's all you've done on the turn you play a Minsk and Boo, because that's all you basically can do, you're going to pass turn, your planeswalker is going to be open and susceptible to dying, your hamster could die. It doesn't feel it's very powerful. I've played against Commander. Even in the 99, it can go crazy, but I don't think it's a game changer, as in it changes the game the second it comes out. What's the thing we're seeing with the Hobbit is either halflings in existing Frodo decks or Chief of the Wild shenanigans. Yeah, so far it doesn't. The set doesn't feel like it's kind of breaking any specific strategy. Oh, Belladonna took. The place that it wants to be is my Bant tokens deck, but this deck's it's just so tight already. I can't imagine what I'd want to take out for Belladonna. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have been wrestling with taking Kudo out of this deck for a long time, but I love the idea of turning all creatures into 2/2s, but because of my commander's buff on my food golems, in a world of 2/2s, I have 4/4s. Feels very fun to me. I'm gonna add Belladonna here. If I get one of her, if I get the card, maybe I'll try her out, but I don't think I'm super hot on it. Why I really like Belladonna in here is because when I get 1 or 2 token doublers out, and I'm making, just 1 creature makes 4 tokens, I'm gonna get so much value off of Belladonna. It's just already so hard to track all the things this deck does, to then also be like, oh, I have to track counters on all my creatures. Seems kind of boring. Yeah, it definitely, yeah. Minsk and Boo definitely goes out. And I haven't seen a lot of Minsk and Boo played lately. I feel like I only know one person that even has the deck. All right. Long Lost Lances. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 during your turn. Creatures you control that are equipped have first strike vigilance. Oh, creatures you control. Oh, that are equipped. Okay, so you want kind of a go white equipment strategy. I do not have that deck. Ori Plate Stacker. What a dumb name. It must be a reference to something in the book, but man, to be To be like you're part of this adventuring party, and you're just known as a plate stacker. What a bummer for Ori, huh? When Ori enters, destroy all. Hold on. Maybe we spoke too soon. When Ori enters, destroy all artifacts and enchantments your opponents control. Gain 1 life for each permanent. Woo! For 7 is wild, but it is cool to see white get a artifact sweeper. I feel like you kind of already have that in what's that white board wipe? It's like a choose 2, destroy big creatures, destroy little creatures, destroy enchantments, or destroy artifacts. I pulled the Radagast, this guy right here. He doesn't go in a deck, but this art absolutely rules. Thranduil, the Elven King, 5/6, has all activated abilities of all elves in your graveyard. Bilbo's Burglaring, for 6, for each opponent gain control of up to 1 target artifact that player controls. So I really like, normally it's kind of a whatever card, gross card, whatever. For 6, people probably aren't playing it, but I have that Universes Beyond deck that wants to cast like big bomb instants and sorceries, but they have to be Universes Beyond, so there's not a ton. So whenever like a big 6 or 7 cast instant sorcery comes out, I like to put it in the considering for this, just so I know there's more. There's more choices. Austere Command, thank you. That's what that board wipe's called. Thranduil seems overrated. He seems like a Sultai graveyard elf deck. It's fine. I'm sorry if I sound salty. Elves are just so boring to me. Keely the Resourceful, 2 for a 1/2 storied. If you control 3 or more artifacts, legendaries, or sagas, you have an enduring story for the rest of the game. Oh, okay, so storied is just City's Blessing-ish. As long as you have an enduring story, you may pay 0 rather than pay equip cost for the first. Oh, first. Oh, man, if that was for every, that'd be so good, but whenever another dwarf or equipment you control enters, draw a card. Okay, I actually really like Keely. Okay, so you can make the first equip cheap. Great. You have a draw trigger off equipment. Great. And he's a little guy. All right. Yeah, he's 100% going in Leonardo. This is the Swords Matter White Weenies deck. And like I already run. Where's the card advantage? I run as many of those effects as possible. Like I've got the Pure Steel Paladin. I've got the Shram Senior Edificer. So he fits perfectly in here. In the story, is Keely the one that dies? I feel like there's like one of the dwarves does pass away, right? Or more? I don't know. I've only ever seen the movie. Man, I'm actually surprised at how, I mean, I know I do have 32 decks, but there's a lot of fun stuff in here that doesn't seem like it's game breaking, but helps out like strategies that are already kind of set in place. Bilbo's Micros. Oh my god! Wait, does it steal all or just for each opponent gain control of up to 1 target artifact? Oh man, all would be crazy with Microsynthlatus. Feely and Keely. Oh my god, are they're brothers, right? And both of them die. That's messed up. All right, Elven Passage. Pay 1 life. Oh, it's an elf card. We can skip it. Glamdring Foe Hammer. 4 for a mill 6, then put an instant sorcery from among them into your hand. Okay, so this is... And then instant sorcery spells cost X less for X equipped creature's power. Wow. That seems very powerful in the right deck. Dang, that's cool. I like it. Almost makes sense in the deck we were just talking about, the Universes Beyond one. But I feel like the whole point of that deck is to try to cast those spells for free and not hard cast them. So, Through the Forest Gate, 8 mana for a sorcery. It says look up to 20 cards of your library, put any number of land cards from them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. You gain 8 life. What? That's okay. Ah, I like really like that card, but for 8 mana, I like that 8 life is just sort of like a little just a little dollop on top. Okay, so the only place this would play is a lands deck. My lands deck is mainly graveyard themed, so I don't know if I care so much about looking at the top 20 and putting those in. Like I would be more interested in putting them in the graveyard, honestly. Solar Windgrace has a bunch of activated abilities. You can get a little life, draw some cards, or protect Solar Windgrace if you discard lands, and then whenever it enters or attacks, bring it back from the graveyard. Now, this is a lands matters deck, but is 0 landfall in the entire deck. I think if you're playing a lands deck, landfall's too easy. It's gross. I mean, even with no landfall, this deck is very fun and does some crazy stuff and usually ramps out insanely fast. It's Jund. But I don't think it needs another way of crapping out a bunch of lands. Yeah. All right. Glamdring and Zimone. Which Zimone? Zimone Infinite Analyst. Which one is that? Man, there's a lot of Zimones, huh? Just makes it even cheaper. It just doubles how cheap things are. I hope Through the Forest sees play mainly because it's non-basic land. Well, okay, you did convince me about that. Yeah, it is non-basic. That is pretty cool. I'd rather just, I don't know, throw them into the graveyard or like tutor for specific land cards. You don't like elves? I just like landfall. I got a Zozu build just for them. I dislike landfall as well. I think if you're playing landfall in a non-lands matters deck, then fine. You know, like if you're not getting 8 landfall triggers a turn, then it's probably fine. But if you're playing a deck that's specifically meant to crap out 20 lands a turn, and you're playing a landfall, Eagles are coming. Kicker. So for choose target creature you own. If the spell is kicked, instead choose any number of target creatures. Return them to your hand. Beginning of your next beginning of your next upkeep. Create a 4/4 bird token for each creature returned this way. Whoa, cool. So you play this at the end of like the last opponent's turn order before you. Bounce like 5 or 6 things to your hand. You have this like 6 4/4 bird tokens. They do it in a way where you can't attack with those bird tokens no matter what, because you get them on your upkeep. But that's still a really cool card. I don't think there's any place I would play it, but I like the strategy. I pulled this guy, the Great Goblin, but he's just Goblin and Orc Kindred. Or Army Kindred. So zombies are in there too. Thranduil's Company. As long as you control another elf, you may play an additional land on each of your turns. Whenever land you control enters, put 2+ because of target creature you control against vigilance. Sure. Just see if there's a way All right. No, it's not going on a deck. I wanted more mill stuff. There's some, but not enough. Oh, speaking of which, the Master of Lake Town 3, Death Touch. Whenever a player loses life, that player mills that many cards. Okay, hold on. Hold on. When Master of Lake Town dies, draw a card for each graveyard with 7 or more cards in it. Oh, I love him. I love that it says not an opponent, a player, so you can use it for your own stuff. Wow, I love him. Okay. I feel like he's really good for... Well, he's kind of good for Bladewing, right? I need damage to be coming in to really take advantage of him. It's also scary because I don't want to feed other players' graveyard. Maybe he doesn't go anywhere. Bummer. I like him, though, a lot. Is he a legendary? Oh, see, I bet he'd be a really fun commander to build. Yeah, I don't see anywhere he's going to want to go. If you're player 1, you play it on player 3's turn. The Eagles enter on player 4's. Oh, was it next upkeep or your next upkeep? At the beginning of the next. Oh, okay. So you can do it where you do get a basically untap him and attack with him on your next turn, but you just have to like time it. Got it. You're much smarter than me. Just been looking at my Edge of Eternity's collection and got me thinking, what's your favorite Edge of Eternity's card? Mine is either Nova Hellkite or Tezzeret. Yeah, you know, I didn't open a ton of Edge of Eternities. And it's going to sound like a cop-out or a good stuff pick, but this Exalted Sunborn, they really did some... Them putting the double tokens on a non-legendary creature is insane. I've had this go so crazy in this deck. Basically, Bernard Ginger Sculptor says whenever a creature dies, I can exile it and make a 1/1 food golem token that's a copy of it. I run tons and tons of token doubling effects in this, but the Exalted Sunborn is by far the best. I have a clone package in here. Sorry, I've got the burps. I have a clone package in here, about 10 clones. Because whenever you play a clone, it says you may have it enter as a copy of another creature. And most clones are 0/0 at their base power and toughness. So if I play a clone, I don't choose it to copy something. It immediately dies as a state-based effect. And then I get to bring it back as the food golem. But if I have token doublers out, I'm getting like to clone, you know, 1 token doubler. I get 2 clones for the price of 1. 2 token doublers, I'm getting 4 clones for the price of 1. And when I can aim those clones at the Exalted Sunborn, usually the same turn I can play him. So like turn 5 or something like that, because I can warp out the Exalted Sunborn. I can clone the Exalted Sunborn, and then two Exalted Sunborns come out. And I could just kind of keep aiming him at the Exalted Sunborn to the point where, like, I go exponential in any time I make a golem. It's very funny. So, yeah, I'll choose Exalted Sunborn. Just channeling the nerdiness because of withdrawal. Withdrawal, why? Some issues with that. Yeah. I get that. Sometimes I just need a break from the game. Still thinking about it, still building, but, like, the play, I'm just, like, not feeling it tonight. Nesting Dovehawk, Exalted Sunborn. Oh, yeah. Jim, you saying that, it makes me feel so good, because that was like, I didn't see that anywhere. That's a Wazzle special. I was looking for all the creatures that sacrifice themselves, right? Like has the sacrifice ability. Most of them in those colors, like they sacrifice and destroy target artifact, enchantment, or something like that. Evoke is another one. You evoke it out, and then you can get a free one. And then I was like, are there any, like, I was thinking about the X spell, like ballistas, Like, okay, you could play like or a Hydra. That's where I kind of started with the deck. Was like, I'd originally had a Pelucranos deck that the whole point is you play the Hydra for 0, have the Hydra die, and then you get Hydras from it. And then I started being like, what else comes into play with like 0 toughness? And that's when I found the clones, and it has made the deck so much more fun. All right, Master Lake Town. As much as I love what you do, I don't think you're for me. Lord of the Eagles for a whopping 9. You get a flash 8/8, cost less, where X is the total power of creatures you control with flying. Okay, so you could have a 2-cost 8/8 flying flash. Man, that card seems crazy in limited. If you pulled that and go white, blue flyers, oh my god. Favorite Edge of Eternity card has to be the Ouroboros. Oh my god, I forgot Ouroboros was from that set. What a crazy choice. Or what Ice Till Explorer? God, there are Edge of Eternities was correct, dude. Oh my god. All right, where are we at? Sackville Baggins. Baggins is. Oh, that's the both of them. I hate their faces. I hate these little perverts. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the what. I don't like that. I don't like this at all. They're getting too close. What has she got in her hands? She's setting up some bondage rope there. He's got a whole buffet's worth of spoons and forks in his pocket. I don't like it. I need to get, sorry. I apologize, anybody watching. We didn't need to get that close to them. I don't even know if I'm going to read them. I don't want to read them anymore. Ugh. All right, I'll read it. When the sacrifice packages enter, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, draw a card and make a treasure. Meh. When you sacrifice a token, target opponent loses 1. You get to draw. You get to make a treasure. You get to put a creature in the graveyard. And whenever you sacrifice a token... Oh, this is... No! Do they have another art? They have a not gross art? No, it's only gross art. Because I kind of like them. They've got the sack ability to draw and make a treasure, which I was just talking about for Bladewing. They are a creature. And Bladewing makes a crap ton of tokens that I can sack to stuff like... Do I even have sack outlets in here? I like sack cards. It sacks more creatures and stuff like that, which is okay. It's not really the point of the deck. I'm gonna... you know what? Just for Denman Rook making their faces so perverted and gross, I'm not gonna put it in anything. That one's a no for me, dog. Ice Still is cheaper in the US than EU. I believe it. Dude, Ice Still is so good. Talk about why did it have to have landfall. Would go great in an Asmarando. Oh, God, I almost tried it. Okay. Asmarando Mardic Dice. Nope. Asmarando Mardica Dice Tinda Kuldikar. Nailed it. Got it in 1. I don't care what you say. Uncover the Moon Letters. 4 for an enchantment. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, draw X, where X is the amount of mana cast. Wow. If you do, discard 2 cards. Okay, well, which is usually just a like a plus in most decks. This seems really good. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, draw X, then discard 2. I don't know if it goes anywhere. I don't really have a lot of decks I mean, you know where it kind of goes is like, we've already talked about it, but the Universe is Beyond deck where I want to draw cards. I usually feel like I don't have a ton of. What's it got? 28 non-creature spells. Oh wait, does enchantments work too? All right. It's got like 36 non-creature. Well, artifacts too. Artifact. Wow. Maybe that is good. My problem is, if I cast a Path to Exile, I discard 2. That's kind of a bummer. I'm going to put it on the maybe list. I also don't want this deck just to be all the Hobbit Universes Beyond. I want it to be like Spider-Man, freaking Fallout, Final Fantasy, Deadpool's in there. These creepy people from Doctor Who, this Beholder from D&D. That's what the deck wants to be about. Good try. Well, it was a try. I'll say that. Riddles in the Dark. This art rules. This is gorgeous. I really like this. That rules. Sorry. Okay. Riddles in the Dark. Look at the top 4 cards of your library and separate them in a face down pile, face up pile. An opponent chooses one of those piles. Put it. Okay. This is fact or fiction, right? Put that pile into. Oh, I like that one of the piles goes to your graveyard. Seems very good. Top 4. I love that effect, but I wish it was on a creature. All right, Supper for Spiders. I believe somebody said in chat that this was a sleeper hit, and I actually pulled one of these, but I couldn't find a place for it. Pay 2 for an instant. Put onto the battlefield under your control all creatures in your opponent's graveyards that were put there from the battlefield this turn. They're foods. It's so good. It's really, really good in like a... If you chain that with a board wipe, it feels like broken almost. For only 2 black... You know where this wants to go, actually, now that I'm thinking about it? Well, I was thinking for Xenosia Galvis, but... So you cast Xenos, and then you cast that, and you're getting everybody's like mana dorks and stuff, and their little guys. But that's 7 mana just to get that one thing off. The other place I was thinking was for Squirrel Manji, the Squirrel deck. Because like there's removal on Chatterfang, so you could do like a... say for 4 black, I could nuke 2 things by sacking some squirrels and then bring them back under my control, and get squirrel tokens from it. Oh, it's good. Do I have a lot of board wipes in here? I don't. I have 2 board wipes, but they're expensive. It's good if there's good ETBs and abilities on what gets destroyed. It's fantastic if you're getting that type of value out of it, or if you're just looking to make food for any reason. But it's like conditional on being able to get a lot of creatures in the graveyard in one turn. And I'm trying to figure out if there's a deck that A, wants tokens or food in black that I have, which, I mean, squirrels do, but B, runs enough kind of mass removal that could take value out of that. I'm just realizing, I think I've asked a couple times. It shows I'm live on Instagram, but I'm not seeing that I'm live on Instagram. I only ask because... No, I don't think I am. Sorry, I'm talking out loud. You guys don't care about where I'm live. Yeah, I love this Supper for Spiders. I just still don't know where it could be fun to play it. Like, I'm trying to look through, like, see, like, do I have a lot of... I guess that Universes Beyond deck runs a decent amount. No, it's only got, like, 3 board wipes. Love the card, just can't find a place for it. The Lonely Mountain. It's a mountain. Taps for red. This land enters tapped unless you control an equipment. For 5, you can make a dude that makes equipment cheaper. No, you could. The ability gets cheaper if you have equipment. Cool. Desert Wereworm. I did pull one of these. Whenever you attack with a creature with total power 12 or greater for the first time each turn, untap. Oh yeah, you get extra attacks with it. I don't really have a extra combat deck that would want that. Adder Cop. 2 for a 2/1 reach, death touch, landfall. This creature gets +1/+1. Oh, it's a common. Jesus. It must be played in standard, right? Desolation of Smog. Deals 3 damage to each non-dragon. Add 4 mana of any color combination. Spends only cast dragons. Wow. It's like a little guy's board wipe that is basically for free if you follow it up with something. Flavor win, of course, if you cast Smog, I guess. Sting, Bilbo's Sword. Flash, when Sting enters, put a hone counter on Sting for each creature target opponent controls. And then attach it. So it's free. So 2 flash. And then each hone counter. Wow. Cool. So like basically gives one of your creatures at flash speed a big combat boost. That's cool. It was an interesting comment. I'm noticing we must be getting kind of to the bottom of the barrel here because, yeah, 61 cents. Because there's some peppered commons in with the rares here. Gigantic Big Bear. Spells can't be countered as hexproof haste 10/7. Fucking rad. Great Fierce Beat. Cute. 2/2 fly. Look, he's so cute. Stop it. Get out of here. Do you think... I just want to open this really quick. Do you think that B on the right is farther back? Or you think that's just small b compared to this large b? That's where my mind went. Thorin's Last Stand. Did Thorin die? I forget. Creatures you control get +2/+1. Okay. It's a nothing burger. When Dwalin enters or attacks, put a hone counter. All right, I think we're at the end of the list here. I think we're getting into the bulk. Kind of like this one. An Unexpected Party. For 4, as this enchantment enters, choose a creature type. Creatures you control, the chosen type, get +2/+2. Okay, so it's in Kindred Anthem, but you can also make dwarves off of an X spell on the sorcery side. It's kind of cool. Tom, Bert, and Willem. What? 5/5 for 5. Sacrifice another creature, draw cards equals to the creature's power, then discard a card. I mean, that's a pretty cool effect. Tom, Bert, and William die if they were a creature. If they were a creature, return them as a artifact. Oh, cool. Okay, so you can basically always have the... Like, you don't lose the ability to sacrifice creatures and draw equal to sacrifice creatures' power. I don't know if they want to go anywhere, but that seems like a pretty powerful Golgari effect. No. I like that card, though. Sting on any unblockable deck is a block like the murder go wide. Oh, yeah. Dude, oh, my God. That's actually really funny. And I feel like most Bilbos are unblockable, right? So you put Sting on a Bilbo. The guy with the Cranko Goblin deck. You're just like, all right, sorry. 41 commander damage. Laketown Mariners. Exile 2 target creature and or land cards you control. Turn them. Okay. Yeah, we're in the dregs here. Most decrepit old bird. Mill 4 cards and put an instant sorcery from among them onto your hand. All right, we're just gonna scan through some of these and see if there's anything else that comes out interesting. Troop of Ponies is like the new Burnished Heart, right? Sacrifice this creature, search your library for up to 2 basic lands, reveal them, put them onto the battlefield tapped. Oh, 1 onto the battlefield tapped, 1 into your hand, but for 2 less. I mean, I still run Burnished Heart in some decks. How do you spell it? I run in 3 decks. I mean, that's pretty good. That's a nice little piece of ramp. I feel like I would just trade those out for Burnished Hearts. Burnished Hearts, pay 3 to play it, pay 3 to sack it, get 2 lands. It puts you up, the difference is it puts you up 2 lands as opposed to 1, but I mean, how many lands are you going to have in your hand? You're going to need the extra land to play it at some point. Bejeweled Warg. 3/2. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player. Meh. The Misty Mountains. 3 for a saga. Create a treasure token. Then if you control 4 or more treasures, sacrifice this saga. If you do, make a dragon. That's a cool saga. That's really cool. The Notary Hobbits. Oh, good. Finally, I can get my marriage papers license. 5 for a 1/1. When the notary enters, if they're not a token, create 2 tokens that are copies. And then okay. So it's like a mana dork. You get 3 mana dorks for the price of, God, 5? That's insane. Oh man, I bet. Because you're using that, I mean, you're using that treasure either to get ahead or just sit on it and get your 6/6 on turn 4, or I guess it would be like turn 7. Head of the Hunt. 4 for a 4/3. If a creature would deal die, exile instead when you do create it. Oof. Terrible graveyard hate right there. Cantankerous Keepers. For 6, you get a 4/3 affinity for elves. Barf. Roll. Okay. 3, exile up to 1 target creature or land you control. If you do, return to the battlefield on your... Okay, no blink. It's a little blink guy. Cool. Adzog. I think I have already read him. He's just a mass, right? Confiscate and Bebother. Draw 2 cards. Discard 4. Or discard a card. Or counter target spell. Meh. Long Body Dog. I've seen this guy memed. 2/2 makes a treasure. Is Long Dog. Down in the Valley. 3. Search your library for a basic land card. Reveal it. Put it in your hand. Barf. Landfall. Get a guy. Elves. Yeah, we're scraping here. We're scraping. Just going to go a little bit faster here. We're just going to see if there's anything else that sticks out. We're looking for keywords like mill. I kind of like... what was that one? Is it recruit? It's like... what does this saga do? 6 damage target creature and opponent controls. No. Bilbo Baggins Burglar. Enters, draw a card. Scry 2. No. Celebrate the Mountain King. Recruit is... I like that keyword too. Whenever this enchantment is for each opponent, exile to 1 target. No. Meh. Yep, I think that's probably it. There's still more cards. I guess, yeah. Look at this great gilded boat. For 3, you get a 4/4 crew 2. Whenever you attack, recruit. Cool. Bard, the bowman. Whenever you draw your second card, put a +1 counter on target creature, gains lifelink. Meh. I like this guy. He's having a good time. He's a bard, too. Yes. Target gets hexproof as long as it's on the field. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to one target creature. This is fun little protection. Stoned by Sunlight. Oh, it's our friends. Bernard, Travis, and Gilbert, or whatever their names were. Is that a mana dork? No. Or mana rock? No. Giant's boulder. Just big rock. That's just a big rock. We're really scraping the bottom. There's just big rocks. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, target player mills 3 cards. Oh, though. See, that's the mill we're looking for. I want it for my Grolnock deck, but I don't think there's a lot of card draw on that deck, so it doesn't make sense. Fat old spider can't see me. Fat old spider can't see me is annoying. What, did I pass that? Oh no. I wanted to read the fat old spider. Oh, there it is. Old fat spider can't see me. Okay, that's the protection spell I was talking about. Yeah, that was a cool one. Exchange control of 2 target non-land permanents that share a card type. Bilbo can't be blocked. Bilbo deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, then discard a card. I love him. Look at this guy. Like, this is the thing I want to build commanders around. For 4, you exchange control of 2 target non-land permanents that share a card type. You can start taking people's shit. Or better, just swap other people's shit. Be like, oh, your commander's now his commander and his commander's now your commander. Good luck. And then you just blink Bebo and cast it again. Oh, that's so funny. If that was an instant, that would be super fun. Frick, I love that Bebo bagel. See, so that's why you gotta keep going. Sometimes there's some weird stuff at the bottom. It's a banger, right? That thing's cool as hell. Hi there, love your content. Thank you so much, Fivette. Thank you so much. Along the Crooked Way. 3 for an enchantment. Enters, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. You're massing goblins. And goblins. Okay, menace. You can, that's kind of cool. Bolg of the North. 5/5 for 5. When it enters, it's probably just going to be, yep, goblins army. Bomber, Gentle Dreamer. 3 for a 5/3, storied. It's when you have, like, what, 3 legendaries, artifacts, or sagas. So, 3 historic cards, I guess. Doesn't untap step unless you... Okay. He's a nothing burger. I mean, we gotta be at the end now, right? There's more? We're just blazing through these last ones. I also, so the other thing I wanted to do was look at the Mystery Commander product that's coming out in like in MagicCon Atlanta, because there's some stuff in there that I want to take a look at. All right, I think we're just about done here. Yep, that's the end of it. Wow, fun set. A lot of crazy stuff. Excited to hopefully pick up some of it. Let's take a look at Mystery Commander? Make sure to set reprint to no. Arzakon. 5-color Planeswalker, make Black Lotuses. Cool. Makes Black Lotuses or wheels or lightning bolts. Okay. Classics. Ashaya, Enduring Bond. 3. Discover X, where X is the mana spent to cast this. Can be your commander. It's a sorcery. That's funny. That's crazy. A sorcery in your command zone. I'm getting your IoT deck master made for my... Oh, dude. That's very exciting. It is... My IRO deck is... It's a pain in the ass. I'll tell you what. It really pisses off the problem player at the board. And that in its own right is worth something. So Iroh Team Master says, beginning of combat in your turn, you have target opponent gain control of target permanent you control, and then you get like an ally. The allies are sort of, they tend to just be like nice little like cherry on tops, or they become blockers for the most part. But they get something of yours forever. But there's a fun timing rule where if you play a spell that says Goat Nap, gain control of target creature until end of turn, untap that creature, it gains haste. So you get that creature until end of turn, but then Iroh takes that creature on combat, takes your friend's commander. And because it hasn't changed zones, it doesn't go to command zone, it's still in the battlefield. You give it to another player, and because Iroh says they get it forever, it overrides the timestamp of the Goat Nap saying until end of turn. So you're just like, you're just like taking, like, you can say, okay, you know what? You've had too much fun with your commander or your problem piece. Give it to me. I'm giving it to Jerry over there. And now they have to like either destroy it or they have to like hope Jerry's nice enough to like swing it at, you know, a blocker that can kill it. This deck, its main purpose is basically to kind of stall out that game to make sure that everybody's sort of like an equal menace, so you're getting more turns because you're basically building up and hoping, and that's why you're not really destroying any of these creatures, is because you want the board to be big, because it all kind of hinges on insurrection, mob rule, something where then you go, okay, actually give me all your creatures to the turn, and then you can hopefully end the game that way. It's a very weird, very fun deck. There is a lot of like strategy and threat assessment to figure out how to win with it, though. I will say that it's a puzzle. Yeah, this stuff. I mean, there's still ways to kind of steal it for yourself. Very few, unfortunately, but Conjurer's Closet does it. If you can get a Conjurer's Closet out, it says at the beginning of your end step, you may exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your control. So most things that blink are always going to say back to its owner. This is one of the few that I feel like they messed up the wording. So you actually are able to reset the timestamp with the Conjurer's Closet on a creature that you stole that you would have to give back normally, but then it resets. And then Cloud Shift's like another one, but not a lot of effects where you can keep the creatures. So it also helps if somebody's like super far behind. I've done it where like people like miss like 2 or 3 land drops. I've stolen like a Llanowar Elves and give it to them, and then you're immediately like, I mean, how political? Then they're like, oh my god, I love you. I'll do anything for you. What do you want? Do you need me to destroy something? You're like, yeah, destroy that thing for us. All right. I took the inspiration from your Kaima deck to play Mind Games. Oh, dude, Kaima's another really fun one. I don't see it. I don't think I've ever seen anybody play the pig before. It was in it was like the backup commander to the Shishiro deck from Neon Dynasty, Kamigawa. 4/4 Gruul, or 4 for a 3/3 Gruul Spirit. Beginning your end step, go to each creature your opponent's control with an aura you have attached to it, and then make Kaima big. So you can kind of slow play this to make sure that people are getting out their creatures first. and it's just an Enchantress deck, but with a bit of like, I don't know. It's not an annoying Selesnya. Everybody's still attacking. The game tends to go a little bit faster because of all the goad abilities. Tons of these super weird, like this. I love decks that do this, where they play super weird stuff that you just don't see in Commander. So like it plays every effect that, like sluggishness. This is a 2-cost enchant creature. Enchanted creature can't block. Fine, they're goaded, so they're never going to block anyways. But if sluggishness goes to the graveyard, goes to your hand. So if you're goading everything, things tend to die. So the resources that you spend on goading them kind of almost don't outweigh, or like you don't get enough back for it. But if you can keep casting stuff, it's like the things that go to your graveyard. What's another one? I mean, like Rancor, of course, is like the quintessential. I think Undying Rage, that's another one, 3 for a buff that goes back to your hand. And then you have a couple Enchantresses out. Each one of those is like also draw 1 or 2 cards, which is nice. This is another deck, though, that to end the game, you're just trying to goad the entire, like, Spectacular Showdown. Everything has a double strike counter, and everybody has to swing at everybody but me. And the whole point of it is that, like, one person's going to come out of this goad battle the victor, and then all you have to get is 21 damage with the Kaima to kind of swing in and win. And the Kaima's getting exponentially bigger. This is a card I have to cut. I love Vandal Blast in this deck because it runs 0 artifacts, but I didn't realize Fade from History also destroys enchantments. I thought it only did artifacts. So this is a non-bow. So if you did build this deck, take the Fade from History out. We're just waiting on a fun card to take its place. Oh, you know what would be good? Anzrag's Revenge? Anzrag's Rage? Anzrag's something or other. Not the mole itself. Anzrag's Rampage. Destroy all artifacts you don't control. Then exile top X cards to your library. X is the number of artifacts. This is what we want. Oh, how much is that? 40 cents. Everybody give me a second. I'm going to see if I have that. I'm back. All right, I'm just gonna see if I have an Anzrag's Rage, because that's just gonna be the perfect 1-for-1 for that. No. Shoot. All right, well, if any of you have an Anzrag's Rage, feel free to send it my way. Is it a rare? What was it? A rare. For 5. That's such a that's a perfect 1-for-1 for Fade from History. Oops, I just typed Fade from History again. There we go. All right. Oh, I'm sweating. It's getting warm in here. All right. I love that you can have a sorcery in your command zone. That's very funny. Autumn Willow Harmony. 5 for a 3/3 hexproof avatar. Enters, create a 1/1 green forest dryad. Whenever you tap a land... Oh, a land creature for mana. Oh man, that's super good in Ragadraga. I don't think any deck do I. See, well, it makes a land creature, which is cool on its own, but it wants to be in a deck with a ton of dorks. I don't think I have anything that wants to play that. Nah. Oops. Belfang the Unslayable. 5/5. Players can't gain life. We love that. Flying Trample. Prot Angels and Archons. Target opponent creates a tapped Cool. So you make yourself a 5/5 angel for somebody else that's goated. I like that. It has white pips in it, but I think because it's in reminder text, it means that this is a mono red commander. I've got a frog deck. I love frogs. With that said, screw this frogs. Screw this dumb frog. I don't want to play against it. Trample, hexproof, indestructible. Mono green frog seems like a bad time. Boss Oramon Shadow's Reach. Shadow 2/2. We love to see it. Ninjas and rogues with death touch. Whenever one of ninja rogues combat damage. So it's a rat ninja kindred deck. That's funny. Chief Magistrate of Mercadia. So 6 mana 3/3. What is this in reference to? Conspiracy? Right? Yeah. So there's the original card. Basically, you make all creatures a chosen type. So I think that's what this is referencing. When the Chief Magistrate enters, you become the Monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 2/1 red goblin creature token with haste. If you're the Monarch, for each creature token you control, create a token as a copy of it. It's a token doubler in Boros. Cool. Shira, all in. Earthbending deck? I don't have an earthbending deck. 3/3. For 4, whenever you discard one or more cards at random, select one or more targets. Select one or more targets at random. Choose one or more modes, or flip coins. What? Jesus. Or roll one or more dice. Put a +1 counter on Shira and create a tap treasure token. That's cute. So if you have to discard at random, it's anything random, you're putting a +1/+1 on her and creating a treasure. I don't think she should have cost 4. I think she should have cost like 2, maybe 3, and been possibly playable, but Davol, Evankar of Wrath. 4/4 for 2. Whenever another creature you control enters, you lose 1 life and add 1 black. Is there... I mean, that sort of goes... That feels combo-y, right? Okay. Creature enters... So if you had something... I guess if you had something where a creature entering creates a black mana, maybe. I'm sure it goes even if it was something. I'm not impressed. Dragon's Smile is a 7-cost 4/5 flying crew 3 vehicle. Once during each of your turns, you may pay 0 rather than pay the mana costs for a spell you cast from exile. Cool. Whenever Dragon Smile deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles that many cards from the top of their library. Ooh, so it's like cool. It's like theft, or you could exile your own stuff and cast. That's really cool. I wish you could play it as your commander. I like that card. Difed, the Guiding Hand, 5, Planeswalker that can be your commander. Makes Power Stones. Untaps artifacts. Searches library for an artifact card and put it on the battlefield. This... This might be good. So I have a secret commander deck. Well, the commander is a secret. It's 4 colors, no red. Sidar Konda and Silas Wren. And it's all it wants to do is get the Millennium Calendar out and then get it to 1,000. Millennium Calendar says when there are 1,000 time counters on Millennium Calendar sacrifice, and each opponent gets or loses 1,000 life. Pay 2, you can double the amount of counters on it, and you put it on your upkeep. You put it counters on it for each card you untap. Now, I don't usually ever run tutors in my decks, but this is one I do because I want to find the Millennium Calendar as soon as possible. I only run 3 tutors because it is still built at a bracket 2. But the 3 tutors I run are... Where are they? Hello? Tutors? Sorry, this is probably a nightmare to watch. Scrolling up. Oh, okay, right here. It says 7 tutors, but it's because a lot of them are land tutors. So like Expedition Map, Urza's Cave, and World Map all go get a land from my library. And it's sort of a kind of a funny workaround for tutors because you can run 3 non-land tutors in a bracket 2. Which in this case, I'm running Urza's Saga, so the land tutors can get the Urza's Saga, and the Urza's Saga can get the Millennium Calendar. The other 2 tutors I have are Tezzeret, Cruel Captain, so the 3 cost when it comes into play, I can -3 to search my library for an artifact with 1 or less. But the reason I run this one is because I can pay 0 on untap target artifact, meaning I can use the Millennium Calendar's tap ability twice. And that's kind of why I'm liking Dai-Fed here. It is tap 5, but she has untap X artifacts, which seems pretty good. She makes the Power Stones, so I can use those to activate the Millennium Calendar. I guess the reason it's not good is because the ultimate is the Search Your Library, which means even if she comes out turn 5, there's 2 turns of trying to keep her alive to tutor. All right, never mind. I've talked myself out of it. Ekthi, Contaminator Priest. 3/3 for 4. Phyrexian. Oh, it's Phyrexian. Oh, it's a Germ Commander. That's funny. Each equipment you control has living weapons. So everything... That's so fucking cool, dude. Oh, I love her. She's a really cool mono white commander. I think I might put her in my mono white equipment deck. Ekthi. God, she's very good. Yeah. If each sword comes into play and makes the creature, the germs make Leonardo cheaper, and I can actually do stuff with the swords before I get Leonardo. That's so good. Elda, Conjure of Spectacle. 4 for a 2/2. The first non-legendary creature spell you cast each turn has Demonstrate. Okay, cool. Not really for me though. That sounds fun as hell. Living weapon equipment, right? Oh man, that's a really cool. This Ekthi is really cool. Demonstrate. I don't know what I'd put this in non-legendary. Nah. Although, so non-legendary creature, Demonstrate. You're getting 1, and then your opponents are getting 1. And the copy comes in as a token. So there is token synergy there. Let's take a look. Snack attack. For 4, probably not Bilbo, because he wants to play with low things. Yeah, the only thing I could think about that being good for would be the token one, because I like the idea of just casting something and then being able to have the token, somebody else gets it. I don't know. But this deck isn't really wanting to give other people stuff, so I don't think that goes in anything. Really cool commander. I love when you can force a Demonstrate on somebody. Emerald Collector. 2 for a 1/2. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Whenever you draw your... oh, it's Simic. Okay. Whenever you draw your third card in a turn, conjure a card named Mox Emerald. What? Conjure. Oh, you know what? We have to watch for these acorns because those are unplayable. Faraz. Olgrotha's Warden. Banton 3. Can be your commander planeswalker. Make birds, draw a card. You may put a permanent card with mana value 4 or less from your hand on the battlefield. Or create a 6-cast artifact with creature spells cost 2 more. Ew. Flitwing. Lev Detective. 1/1 flying. If you would create one or more tokens, you may create that many plus clues. I have a clue deck, but it's not in blue. Glava, 5 Advent's Mage. That is 7 cast for a 5/5. Whenever you cast a permanent spell with X in it, I don't have any of those decks, so it's a very cool Hydra commander, but we don't have it. Grok the Pacifist, 2 for a 4/3. Grok can't attack or block. Whenever you cast an aura spell that targets a creature and opponent controls, you draw a card. Ugh, wish that was in red or green. Grandmother Gobi, 4 for a 2/2. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, counter it. Already funny. Create a number of 1/1 merfolk creature tokens equal to that spell's mana. The mana spent on it. Oh, so you want like, it's like a mono blue X spell go wide deck. That's kind of cool. If you were to make a deck out of it. So why is Faraz not an acorn while the other ones are? Yeah, because Faraz feels sort of like an arena-ish. It's so weird that yeah, I feel like it's the first time I've ever seen things make a token that for some reason also have a casting cost. Right? Like it's a token that doesn't exist as a card but has a CMC. Just feels weird. Green Sleeves, 6. Can be your commander. Planeswalker makes a badge or token for +2. Mills 3, then put all permanent cards from among them into your hand. Or until end of turn, creatures you control at base power. Oh, it's an overrun. Cool. That's just green. Green. That's just green. Grizzlegom. Love that name. Herloon Hero. 7 for a 4/4. A deck with this commander can have any land cards. Oh, okay. When it attacks, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token for each planes you control. Draw a card for each island you control. Each opponent loses 1 life for... I don't even want to read it anymore. What is this? These are crazy. Grizzlegom, get out of here. What do you do for mountains and forests, just in case you don't play it as your commander? Put a +1 counter on Grizzlegom for each mountain you control. Grizzlegom gains 1 life for each forest. Gross. Gustva Ebestuter. 5 for a 3/3 prot red. Whenever you cast your first spell during each of your opponent's turns, draw 3 and put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library. What? She's like a brainstorm on everybody else's turn? Whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, draw 3 cards, put 2 of them on. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, this time I do have to knowledge Tarmogoyf token from MH3. Had a mana cost? Did it really? Wait, okay. How do we find it? MH Modern Horizons 3? What made it? What made the Tarmogoyf token? Whoa, it does. Oh, yeah. This makes sense because it is literally It was a card that made an actual Termagoyf, as in the card Termagoyf, but as a token. Yeah, okay. Disa. What a crazy pull, Dakar. Homer the Hermit. It's a Sultai Crabs Matter, right? Yeah. Whenever land you control enters any number of target players, each mill X cards, where X is twice the number of crabs, lobsters, nautiluses, and starfish, and trilobites you have. Very funny. Istvan. It's Unk. 4 for a 1/3. Attacks each turn. Will prevent all damage that would be dealt to Istvan by creatures. Whenever creature opponent controls dies, put 2 counters on Istvan. Oof. If that's your commander, you're building him so mean. Itazura. Lingering Wick. 4 for a 1/5 spirit. Beginning of your upkeep, exile the top 3 cards of your library. Each opponent secretly chooses a number 0 or greater. Then those numbers are revealed. Choose an opponent with the highest number. Itazura does damage equal to that much to them. Then you may cast a spell from among those cards without paying its mana cost. You may put a card from among them that wasn't cast this way into your hand. What? What? There so many words on this thing. Okay. Beginning of your upkeep, exile top 3 cards of your library. Fine. Each opponent then secretly chooses a number 0 to infinity. Then the numbers are chosen. Then you choose an opponent with the highest number. Itazura does that much damage to them. Oh, here. Okay, now I'm catching up. Then they may cast a spell from among those cards you've exiled without paying its mana cost. Then you put one of the cards in your hand. Okay. I was like, wait, people are choosing numbers and having damage dealt to them, and then I'm casting stuff? But no, they get... that's fun. Okay, I like that card. It's just chaos. I think we're getting a ton of crabs next year. Oh, we are getting crabs next year with... that sentence is funny. With that, with the under the water, under the sea deck. Little Mermaid deck. Or set. Jabs, Mistress of Mockery, 3 for a 2/3. She's got puppets, so you know I already love her. If a triggered ability of a permanent you control but don't own triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. I feel like she kind of wants to be in Iroh, but not really. That's a weird card. Jandor, Fortune Traveler. We know what Jandor does. He makes mounting possible. If you haven't seen my video on Bilbo getting mounted by Gandalf, I'd recommend it. Jet Collector. At the beginning of your second main phase, if there are 4 or more cards in your graveyard, conjure a card named... Oh, never mind. It's got an acorn. Joven and Chandler for 5. Red. When an artifact is put into a graveyard from battlefield, put a number of plus counters equal to that artifact's mana value on Joven and Chandler. Look at them having a great time, by the way. Pay 3, gain control of target artifact until end of turn. Untap it against haste. Oh, you know where this goes. Oh, we know where Joven and Chandler go. Joven and Chandler, can I interest you in coming over to a tea shop? Get in there, Joven and Chandler. You're going to give away some cool artifacts to my friends. I love that. Kuroki, Thief of Talents, 5 for 4/4 menace. Beginning of your end step, target opponent may draw 4 cards. If they do, look at the top of that player's hand. You may cast a spell from a theft card. It's pretty cool. Well, my dogs are going crazy. I didn't think about it, but now we need a blue-black octopus witch. You know they've got to do some teasing for Little Mermaid stuff in that. I feel like they have to. My dogs are going crazy. I'll be right back. "'Twas just the mail." Line of Veil of Vengeance. Esper for 2/3 Shadow. Whenever a creature you control Shadow deals... We got a Shadow Commander. How fun. Put a Shadow counter on another target creature. What were all the shadows called? What were their names? There was like the White Shadow faction and the Black Shadow faction. That's very cool. Oh, I like that you can actually just make it, put a Shadow counter on another. You could also just make it like Esper, no blockers. Mazamo, the Magician, Jeskai for 3/2. Whenever Mazamo or another creature enters exile target instant sorcery card, mana value 1 from your graveyard. If a card is exiled this way, that creature gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player. Copy it. Oh, seems kind of fun. Spellslinger. Dolthy, yes, Dolthy and Edelkor were the two I was thinking of. Who's the Soltari? Is that? I'm guessing that's the blue one, the blue faction of Shadow. Matok, Lavamancer, 4 for 2/3. Whenever a source you control deals combat damage or deals damage, if at least one permanent or player was dealt exactly 2, you get to look at your... Okay. That's kind of cool, I guess. Malar. Oh, it's probably just Mauler, right? Mauler, the next evolution, 7 for a 10/10. Because the rule breaker, a deck with this commander can have creature cards with mana value 7 or greater with any identity. Okay, so it's kind of like a 5-color big stompy, but in green. It's kind of neat. Meat Squeak, Horde Lord, 3 for a 2/3 squirrel. Oh. Whenever the creature dies, create a food token. This ability triggers only once each turn. I mean, I don't know if Chatterfang really needed this card, but I will take it. Meat Squeak, welcome to your new home. Get in there, you little squirrely bastard. Miss Highwater, 4 for a 5/3 menace. When deals combat damage to a player who doesn't have a contract counter, they may discard their hand. If they do, they draw 7 cards and get a contract counter. For as long as they have a contract counter, when they lose the game, for each artifact and creature they controlled, create it. That's a fun one. You're basically giving a you're giving a Wheel of Fortune away to somebody that just says, also when you die, I get your stuff. Nephilim, a Pokal. This is the 5-color Nephilim Kindred deck. Nivea, Beloved Battle Mage, 3 for a Human Wizard Warrior, 3/1. Whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, you may untap it and remove it from combat. So it's a Reconnaissance on a creature. That's kind of cool. Sort of like a Reconnaissance. For a whopping 8 mana, you can sacrifice her and create an Enchroma Angel of Wrath token. She's a 8 mana, 6/6. Creatures you control have flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste. Rad, dude. That's rad. We like that. Olog and Mao. New friends. White, black, green, 3/3, zombie cat. Whenever another zombie you control enters, put a +1 count on target cat, and vice versa for zombies. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses life equals in the... So it's a zombie cat kindred? I didn't know we wanted that. Man, I really wish some of these cards were legal in Modern or stuff like that. I want to play with these cards so bad, but don't have the money to go into custom commander deck building. Proxy. I do it. You should do it too. I have a whole printer. Alinda the Oblivious, 4 for a 3/3 Skunk Road. Come on. Cute. Whenever it attacks or enters, for each opponent, put an odor counter on up to 1 target creature that player controls without an odor counter. each of those creatures have at the beginning of your... So you're like, oh, you make lose 2 life? Aw. Just makes things stinky. Overcooked, 3 mana. Players can't gain life enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, create a food token in red. Huh. If 2 or more non-land permanents enter the battlefield under your control this turn, instead conjure a card named Food Fight onto the battlefield. Oh, it's... God damn it. Stinking acorns. Recalla the Hominid King. This is a lobster. 0/4 for 3. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a tide counter on Recalla. Then, if there are 4 or more counters on tide counters on Recalla, remove them. Creatures you control get +1/+0 for each tide counter on Recalla. Whenever you tap an island for mana, if there are 3 or more tide counters on Recalla, add an additional. It's got such weird timing. You're waiting for the 3rd counter to go on to do your big turn, I guess. Nivi's actually a character in the lore, like pretty much all those cards. That's what I love about all these cards, is they're all callbacks. And she was the wife of Ixidor. Ixidor is like the evil blue mage, right? That made Metachroma. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He made a chroma after Nivea got killed by Phage. So basically, Nivea sacking herself is meh. Who's Alinda? Oh, Alinda, this sweet, sweet skunk. Ruby Collector, 1 white for a 1/1. Creatures you control get plus with fire breathing, and whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures. Nope. It's another acorn. Shahir, Vision of Darkness, 3 for a 3/3. Eminence. Beginning of your upkeep, Shahir deals 1 damage to you. This ability triggers only if Shahir is in the command zone or on the battlefield. It just hurt. This is the best evidence I've seen so far. Whenever a source you control deals 1 damage to you, and whenever a spell or ability you control causes you to lose exactly 1 life, put a +1 counter here. If this was the 2nd time, draw a card. Oh, okay. That's kind of fun. Sapphire Collector is Acorn. Sash and Waistcoat. This might be my new mono blue commander. I'm in love with these guys. I'm in love with them. Look at them. The left one looks like my buddy Kyle, who also does content. Card Life Crisis. Oh, yeah. What do they do? And this is, I believe this is another Ixidor story, right? They're like his portals, living portals. 2 for a 2/2. Insect Rogue. Whenever a face-down creature attacks one of your opponents, it can't be blocked this combat. Oh, that's right. It's a face-down Morph Manifest style creature. Pay 3, manifest top card of your library. Any player could do that. I fucking love that, dude. That's my favorite shit. That's so funny. I get the idea of proxies, but I don't personally like them because I want to keep my integrity of my collection, because I do have really valuable old cards. And it feels bad not using official cards. Like, I'm fine with people proxying, obviously, but yeah. I definitely see that, Grim. When I proxy, I tend to proxy with the intent of getting those proxies turned to real cards. Like I recently built right here, Dr. Eggman, who, when I built him, I built the deck on Noxfield, threw a bunch of proxies in there, and then I've been using Card Sphere basically just to fill it up. So I load up maybe like $50 in Card Sphere. I throw in the cards that I'm still looking for, and then kind of just set it and forget it. And then like every once in a while, I'll go out to my mailbox, open it up, and there's like a pack of cards that like I'm able to then switch the proxies out with. My friend pointed out that it may be a Kefka reference. Which one? Kyle is funny and underappreciated. Follow him. People agreed. He's great. We love Kyle. You know what? Can I say? I don't know who's here. I'm not seeing how many people are even in chat or watching, but I'm on one of his episodes. Let me see if I can find him. There he is. I'm right here. Look at it. It's me.
Detective Mike Woody with Eddie Murphy.
Shut up, Kyle. We did this whole like.
I played against the guy, and the deck was fine.
I'm literally talking about Kefka there. He does like a whole thing where he's it's like an interview. Oh God, it's so fun. Also, can I just point out, this guy's had Ben Bateman on. He's had Garage the Gathering on, and my episode has 480 views compared to their 200s. I don't know. I don't want to brag or anything. I don't want to say that, yeah, we're the funniest two people ever, but numbers are speaking for themselves. Okay. Selena the Cursed Heart, 6 for a 2/5 flying lifelink. If you would gain life, gain twice that much life instead. We love that. When Selena dies, create a legendary black aura curse enchantment token named Selena's Curse attached to target opponent. The token has enchanted player, and if enchanted player would lose, they lose twice. Ha! So if somebody kills the angel, they get the curse. That's cool. I usually run I have a life gain deck that wants to run all life gain double effects, but 6 mana might be too expensive. The Bilbo deck basically, I mean, loves double life gain. I run Rocks, Alhemrit's Archive, and the Wind Crystal. I guess Alhemrit's is 5 mana, but it's also got the if you would draw a card twice. I'll put it in the considering. Selena Gomez, you are to be considered. The Insects Unmen thing, it's a pretty dark reference, and the Wizards actually did it. Like, it was like they're living portals, and then they ran from Ixodor because they didn't want to be used up as a portal and die. And then they were granted bug bodies, and then they turn into humans again or something. Man, I couldn't follow it. Yeah, it's a fun watch. If you Grim, if you get a chance, that his episodes are funny. Kafka. Oh, gotcha. Okay, I was like, what are we talking about? Yeah, if you're just proxying the best stuff possible, that's not how we should be doing this. Unless you're playing CDH. All right. Where was I? Oh, Selena. We added her, but we need to add her to considering. Bam. Saluma, Light of the Aeson. 4/4 rule breaker. A deck with this commander can have angels from every color identity. Flying, deals combat damage to a player, return target angel creature card. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to beat Giada for like angel commander, I feel like. I mean, I guess this one can play angels from all 5 colors, but I don't know. I don't know if we need more angel commanders. Sifa Grent, 5 for a planeswalker. Whenever a creature dies, okay, so she's got was it aristocrat abilities on her? She goads up to 2 creatures. It seems pretty good. Each opponent exiles top 2 cards of the library. Okay, and she's got theft. It's sort of boring as far as creatures go, or planeswalkers go. The Everforger, 4/5 for 6 rule breaker. I like this. I read this guy. So you can have a equipment of any color type, and then whenever you cast an artifact, creature, or equipment, you can copy that. So this seems like a really fun equipment deck. You get double equipments. Oof. Madcap Jester is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. Four for a 3/2. Whenever Madcap Jester attacks, each opponent exiles top card of the library. Is this more theft? I guess it's in Grixis. This art rules too, by the way. Look at this guy. He's so good. I love him. Whenever one or more Whenever a spell or ability you control causes one or more cards to be exiled from an opponent's library, you may play those cards. Cool. Mana of any type can be spent to cast them. So yeah, another cool theft one. The Muckslinger Gang. 4 in Jund for 3/3. Each other creature you control gets +3/+3 as long as it's not attacking or blocking. What? Creature spells you control and creature cards you own in any zone other than the battlefield or the stack, you get +3/+3. That's funny. I'm not sure the significance. I'm sure there's some weird stuff you can do with that, but the unluckiest planeswalker. Oh, we know him. He's the curse guy that can have any colors, aura, and then yeah, you're just trying to curse. The Weaver King, 6 for a 3/6 shadow. Deals combat damage to a player. They mill that many cards for each opponent. Then each opponent put a creature card from that. Okay. More theft. A lot of theft. A lot of just messing with your other player's card or the other player's cards. Thomel the Destroyer, 5 for a 4 loyalty. Make a zombie. Sack a zombie, Dark Ritual. Or create Lord of the Pit. Neat. or just a Lord of the Pit. Talabo, Loch Rascal. Rule Breaker. Have this commander instant sorceries of any color. Whenever you cast instant sorcery, make a prowess otter. Tesserhorn Lord returned. 10/4. Good buddy. 5 mana Grixis, Zombie Noble, Trample Indestructible. When he enters, sacrifice him unless you sacrifice 3 creatures, pay 3 life, and have target opponent draw 3 cards. That's insane. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, draw a card. I like him a lot. If I didn't already have 2 zombie decks, I might try to put him together. Then we got Sagon, Raider Warlord. 1/4 double strike, start your engines, vroom vroom. Oh, I think wasn't there a I feel like there's a short story in Aether Drift about him that was really good. So whenever Sagon attacks, creatures you control get +1/+0 for each creature you control with first strike or double strike. Oh, he's a Mardu double strike. First strike matters. That's fun. Max speed. Sagon has death touch and other creatures you control first strike. Cool. All right. Looks like Ugu. I've already seen him. He looks like a very silly clone commander, right? Just put every clone in your deck. Clone Ugu. Make a million Ugus. The auto got updated. He's checking for color identity now rather than color, only color. Oh, okay. So basically, you can play like if the what is it, like Brother War had stuff like if there's a kicker, right, that has like red or white, you can play those too. Like if it's like blue to cast, green to kick. A deck with this commander can have Phyrexian cards of any color identity and base. Oh, it's a. Is this a Phyrexian Matters deck? Oh, it has Phyrexian in the flavor text. Phyrexian creatures you control have menace and lifelink. Cool. 5-color Phyrexian Matters deck is very fun. We've all seen Wits. I've had a lot of people be like, "Oh man, what's the Wits deck you're building? Seems like." Wits seems such a Wazzle commander. No. Wits is boring. Wits is stupid. I don't want to watch you shuffle your 300-card deck. It's like, you know what Wits feels like? Wits feels like the game Cards Against Humanity, where like people play Cards Against Humanity and, you know, like they're like, the type of people that like Cards Against Humanity they're not funny. They read the funny thing on the card and they're like, oh, I'm so hilarious for playing this card. No, the card is just maybe a little funny. You're not funny. That's what Wits feels like. People that play Wits are going to be like, I'm so creative. What a crazy idea for a deck I had. No. Stupid and boring. Sorry, that's my rant. All right. Venser Visionary Traveler can be your commander. 4 loyalty planeswalker. Each non-token creature you control that wasn't cast from your hand enters with additional +2/+ counters. Okay. It's like a blink commander, I'm guessing. Exile, yeah. Exile up to 1 target permanent you control at the beginning of your next turn or flicker. Okay, and then for each opponent, return up to 1 time. Venser's kind of boring, huh? Right? That's what I'm saying. Wits is gonna make people think they're creative when they're not creative. Even Wits is like barely creative. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe I'll see somebody's Azurius totally not control just to get the card that says you win if you have over 100 cards in your deck card. Maybe I'll see a deck that doesn't just try to do that. But I look at that thing and I go like, oh. Warzel. Oh my God, that's so close to me, huh? Warzel the Protector. What if there's a Warzel bug? 4 for a 4 loyalty planeswalker. 0, make a cat. Cat taps to put loyalty counters on each planeswalker. That's good. -1, look at the top 6. What was that? Just ramping for planes. Oh, reveal a planeswalker. Okay. Man, I have a Oops All Chandra deck that's white. And this would be so good in there, but I refuse to run anything but Chandras. Create 10 1/1 green guys. Okay. Warzel's wild. Warzel's wild, dude. I like Wits. Just because I made an extra large deck box. The gag is an oversized box, not the deck. That's funny. A huge deck, but there's still only 100 cards in there. That's funny. I like that. That's creative. I don't know about Wits being creative though. Because now Wits is going to make that funny gag not real. Everybody's going to see your crazy oversized deck box, and instead of being like, what the heck's going on there? They're going to go, oh, is that a Wits deck? And you're going to go, no, it's my funny gag that was funny before Wits. Yume Chronicler of Valor. 2 for a 1/2. The first spell you cast during each of your turns has assist. What's assist? As you cast a spell with assist, you may choose another player. They may pay some or all of the generic mana in the spell's cost. That's funny. And then when you cast that spell, if another player spent mana to cast it, you and that player each draw a card. That's kind of fun. Just play like an X spells deck with her, and it's like, yeah, I'll give you one more guy and pay 1 into it to draw a card. I actually really like Yume. It's very political because you still get to choose the opponent, right? As you cast this, you may choose another player. Yeah. Does it make and it just makes things cheaper, right? Like if they help, it's just cheaper. Yes, I love her. She's going in my Shadrix. You may. And last but not least, we have Zagorka, Mother of Sanctum. Vigilance Trample 4/2 for Teamer and 1. At the beginning of your end step, each player may create a tapped land token named Sanctum. With tap, add 1 mana of a color. Each opponent who does can't attack you this turn. Next turn. Oh, kind of group huggy. Kind of ramps out a little bit. I like that. I feel like it's going to be great until turn 9 when they're like, no, I've taken as many lands as I need from you to now be able to want to destroy you and everybody else at this table. It's fun though. Cool. All right, I think that's it. Oh, we went through so many cards today. I'm glad to be finally caught up on the latest sets, just in time to read every Star Trek card. I think that's gonna be. I think that's what time is it? Jeez, I thought it was like 1. It is 2:30 here. We've been, how long have we been streaming? For a million hours? 2 hours and 45 minutes. Thank you everybody for showing up. Dakar Grim on YouTube, thank you for hanging out with me, talking. If I am live on Instagram, which I don't know if I am because I have no way of figuring it out, thanks for watching. And of course Twitch. We're going to try to do more of these. I think I've been really wanting to do EDH labs again, and maybe even do some like EDH Convoke streams, but I feel like everybody does it. Nobody does it well. Nobody really watches. It's hard to follow a lot of the times, and I can't pick the 3 players I'm playing with, so it's like, who knows if they're gonna say or do something that I'm like, not great to stream. But we're figuring it out. Other than that, thank you so much. Thank you for watching any of my videos. Thank you for following anywhere that you follow, and we'll catch you in the next one.